They can be in this at any moment. They just gotta up their mental game, let their talent speak.
Amazing placement. What a shot.
That was a Yahtzee overhead.
Aspect of mental toughness here that's just so different.
I like the body language of all four players.
Oh, look at that shot! Great hands from Kiro. Hello and welcome to the 2023-24 APTA Tour presented by Volley. We are live from the Glenview Club in Gulf, Illinois, bringing you the Chicago Charities, a Grand Prix event, which is the fourth stop on the 2023-24 APTA Tour, with live streaming brought to you by the APTA membership, the APTA national sponsors Volley and Fusion, and local sponsors Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, Wind Trust, and Viking. I'm Brad Easterbrook alongside Guy Moore, bringing you men's round of 16 action between our number 5 and our number 9 seeds. Philippe Rams and Martin Bostrom, the 5 seeds, against Tomas Christian and Drew Broderick, the 9 seeds. Guy, why don't you introduce our players real quickly, although they're kind of scattered around the court right now. Welcome to the booth.
Yep, Brad, glad to be by you here. This is going to be a great matchup. These teams know each other well, so tactics and strategy, it's not going to take long to figure it out, I'll tell you that. I'll go through the players here. On the top left of the screen, Tomas Christian. He's from Jersey. He's a Jersey boy now. He's at the Beacon Hill Club in Summit. His partner, Drew Broderick, from New Jersey as well, in the black hat, standing in front of Tomas there. Gray sweatshirt. Drew's, of course, at Canoe Brook Country Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, this round of 16
I'll continue as the chair umpire finishes up.
from Summit, New Jersey is Drew Broderick. Partner in the shoe sport in Hoboken, New Jersey is Tomas Christian. They are now switching sides, rendering that. On my left, standing in the ad court from Washington, New Jersey is Martin Bostrom. Partner in the shoe sport in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is Philippe Rams. Guys, new balls after 7 games.
So as we get ready to start here on the deuce side, on the top of the screen, top left, Philippe Rams. You heard the chair umpire from Pittsburgh. Drew's starting him off here.
And they're right into it quickly, and you see Bostrom looking up into the sun over there. They had a quick switch of sides, and I think that's because they wanted Broderick to serve first. So they switched sides, because otherwise Broderick would be looking right into the sun when he's serving. So that's a good move for them, and they win the first point with the sun.
Yeah, that corner where Martin's standing, the sun is directly there. So them hitting balls into the side back over there is going to cause a lot of trouble. Martin's still looking at the sun.
Now, you brought it up a little before about style of play and that the players know each other really well out here. What do you expect from either of these teams, actually, Guy?
I think it's going to come down to how Drew and Tomas play. This morning I watched a couple of rounds of their matches, and it's really going to come down to who's hitting the overheads and who's staying on net. See a little confusion right there. So I like Tomas, especially with the sun. It's a huge factor. Pounding balls into the side back, and Drew very cat-like patrolling the net. Philippe plays a very vertical game, and he comes forward, and he likes to play fast, so they want to keep him from doing what he does best. I think if they allow him to do that, it's going to be trouble.
Yeah, so what you're alluding to is, like, basically, you know, Bostrom and Rams have incredible offense. Both strike the ball really well. Bostrom's one of the better pure hitters in the game, brings it offense from both the forehand and the backhand wings. Rams has a huge and really fluid forehand, and he loves to blitz. And in terms of offense, they've got more of it. than Broderick and Christian. So Christian and Broderick have to play a strategic game where they're going to try to mitigate that as much as they can and take their offense at the right times when they lob them out of position.
Yeah, this is interesting, too, because this quarter of the draw, you have teams that like to play fast. Frazier, Morgan to our left, over here, they like to play fast, and certainly Philippe and Martin do. And they're kind of feeling each other out here a little bit, but Philippe and Martin are going to want to play shorter points, I'll tell you that. That's a good example of the vertical move right there, the transition.
Yeah, great blitz, and we'll see a lot of that throughout the day. And you'll see Ram start taking off as Bostrom is getting ready to hit his forehand. He loves going forward. Tries for another cutter winner there, doesn't get it.
And with the spin that Philippe Rams can put on the ball, I would say, and you saw Drew drive it hard there too. Previously, no medium pace balls where you can cut those volleys. If you can't get the lob deep, I mean, Philippe's not going to miss that spin. He just missed there too much. If you can't get the lob deep, I'd rather you drive it.
Ooh. A between the legs action there from Broderick. Nice ball at the crease.
And it's interesting, too, because I haven't seen this as much from Drew as I have this year. He's, for years, played the ad side of the court, but I think you will see, if they want to break some of the rhythm with the patterns that Martin and Philippe are using, you will see him switch sides, which he hasn't done that much during the point, just to give them a different look and to change their tempo.
Yeah, it's unique because Broderick has designed a lot of his game out of baiting players to go into the side wire, and then he's got the hammer kind of cut overhead there.
You couldn't be more right. Like this one here, just sitting on it like that.
And that's where most of his, it's not that he can't hit the backhand, he actually hits it pretty well, Broderick, but he's designed it into baiting you into spots. That's a nice ball, Christian. This would be a good hold, couple of little errors early on, but then forced that one right out of Bostrom. That was a great shot. Oh, that's just beautiful. What a dig, but can't come up with it.
And those are the types of points that Martin and Philippe want.
You heard the help call there from Christian. Great call. Anytime the ball's going near the crease or at the crease and you're not sure where it's going, you ask your partner for help, go up the line. Really important play at the high level because players will aim at the crease all the time, right at the neck.
Yeah, it's a good point, too. And if you see someone wanting up to hit it hard, you're hearing the help call very, very early. Very early. The sooner you know you're in trouble, the sooner you should be saying help.
It was a good hold from Broderick, but a couple of balls there, a couple of good opportunities missed, but anytime the opportunity came to bail or go back, they were smart. They stepped back, lobbed the ball back, made them play more. The sun's definitely going to make a difference here.
Sun's a very big factor right now. I'm looking out the window right now. It's directly to the right of the court there.
Interestingly enough, it's going to make a difference more on the end of that side right there where Broderick was. That's going to be the spot that you're going to want to go into if you have an opportunity or look to get it there.
And having said that, because the sun is such a factor, I mean, your tactics and where you're hitting balls could be different depending on which side of the court you're playing on. I mean, you don't see Drew miss that ball much at all, the one that he just missed. I mean, that's an easy ball off the deck.
There's an example of, Philippe Rams being too perfect. He's trying to play a perfect lob right over his head to the back of the line and blitz behind it. Pushes it long. It doesn't have to be that good. I understand the play and what he was looking for. Just an error he doesn't want to make. Great shot there.
Yep. 30-15.
I don't think we're going to see Broderick even take a cut on the Bostrom serve. He won't look for that because Bostrom has a pretty good serve at ad court. I think he's going to decide that the odds of going for it, he'll miss too many versus how many points he gets. He's going to lob it back.
Yep, I agree with that. And Martin does such a good job of getting the ball to screen on his serve, and the ball just bites it. And I've seen Drew go an entire match without driving one serve return, so you are on it there.
Yeah, his philosophy on it, for many players, and we've talked about this a bunch over the years, you know, his philosophy is not to lose and to get the exact ball that he wants for, you know, the one offensive shot he wants to play. Whereas most people's philosophy on, and that includes the return of serve, most people's philosophy on the return is the first short ball on any point. I'm going to take a crack at it, and they're going to try and put pressure on you. And it's a, you know, just a different philosophy that he uses that's worked really well for him.
Yep. His mentality is, if you have to hit winners to beat us and we take away your weapons, it's hard to lose.
There's a nice easy switch. We're going to see that a bunch from Bostrom and Rams. They're comfortable on both sides. And Bostrom, really, that backhand in the middle, it's a huge weapon. There is very few places to hit the ball against Bostrom and Rams into the backcourt.
Yeah, he trusts that backhand, too, over his forehand.
Yeah, it's his better shot. He has a lot of disguise with it as well.
He commits to it very early. And I like the RPMs he puts on the ball.
Yeah, you're talking about the spin he's able to generate. Yep.
He trusts it. Sometimes when I've seen him miss forehands, it's bigger times in the match and a little bit of a deceleration in which he doesn't do that with his backhand.
That's wide. Great ball. Nice shot from Christian there down the line.
And you see him coming up on his line because that's the one side he's got to protect. If the ball's not at him, he's going to let it go and transition back.
Nice cutoff there from Rams. Yeah, it is warm out, by the way. It's a really nice day. It's absolutely gorgeous. Mid-50s. And a great crowd out here at the Glenview Club. They're going to have a barbecue later.
These guys at the Glenview Club, John Noble and this group of pros that run this tournament, they do such an unbelievable job.
Tagged him. Got a little luck from the let cord there. Causes Broderick to pop up the volley. Tags him in the back. Tags Christian in the back.
And that's the pace they want to play at, Brad.
Christian putting a little more juice on the ball. Working some hard overheads down into the side screen.
Tell you another shot that I told Christian that he doesn't use enough. It's a very good shot is his roller. He lets the ball drop. It's just a lot of pressure. And it really speeds up the tempo, changes the rhythm.
Yeah, just keep different looks on your opponent. Make him chase one time.
Like that ball.
Spots it there. That was a great shot. And if you can go deep in there towards the Rams' backhand, so Bostrom, a couple of early misses. I mean, that's a good look for him, but he's missed 2 or 3 so far, and that's where he's sort of been, you know, the knock on Bostrom. He hits the ball as well or better than anybody else. His talent is undeniable, but you just get an error at a time, you know, at a spot.
Yeah, and a couple weeks ago in Montclair, same type of thing, and I said then, and I'll say it again, I like the choice to drive there. Just aim 6, 7, 8 inches above the net and spot it. That's. I was just going to say that lob right there is 100% by design by Drew.
Yeah.
It's in the gray area. It's going to cause confusion. You saw both of those things happen right there. He'll do that over and over again. And the other thing, Brad, about that lob, going back, is the height. It wasn't too high.
It was low, yeah.
That's what causes the confusion because of time.
Yeah, Broderick, and he's one of the players who actually sort of identified these sweet spots with using the lob. For the most part, for many, many years, you know, people just lob it high as the lights, you know, push it up there and give yourself time to move around in the back, get your opponents out of position. But pushing up a low lob makes a guy hit the ball with less time. He has less time to set up for a cutter. He has less time to get back behind it. And it oftentimes has to be played in an apex, which sort of promotes a down-up overhead, too.
Right. So what you're saying it exactly the right way, but what he's looking for is the ball actually in the middle, is that ball, because there's no angle down the line, he's looking to the middle, so it's bang, bang.
Yep. The guy's going to hit it down, and then he's going to get the ball when it bounces up.
Like here it is again, right here.
Looking for it.
He's looking for it. So if Martin makes a mistake of hitting that to the middle, it's going to be a quick hit. Notice, too, Brad, that, and this was happening this morning when I watched these guys play. That's a good ball.
Yeah, low, short lob didn't give him time to get set up. He goes right back at him, just misses it.
Smart, good depth. But Tomas and Drew, Christian and Broderick, both of them move the lob around so much.
Great hands, buddy. Great hands, buddy.
It's a good slap there from Philip Rams. Broderick bounced that ball down up to Rams. That's like with the cutoff, right back in his sweet spot. Oh, that one he got right on the line again. I don't love it when he hits in there because there's not a lot of margin for error.
No.
But incredible shot. There you see the Broderick backhand. He's got a beautiful backhand. And he picks away with it. That's the way, you know, he uses it. Picks a spot.
Yeah, the backhand.
Oh, a return let cord from Bostrom.
Yeah, Drew Broderick's backhand in the middle is the trusted shot for him offense-wise, and he changes the height and the spin on that all the time. They're switching back, so they're liking the sides they're playing. Great dig by Drew Broderick. That's the ball I like from Martin. Good hold off the screen.
Right at the crease, good block.
That's the one we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I was
baiting you.
Really bad overhead though from Bostrom. He let it right into his wheelhouse.
That's good pace from Philippe Rams into that side back. Makes what Drew's doing pretty predictable. He's got to lob that ball. Brad, who do you like hitting overheads in this scheme? Philippe Rams or Martin Bostrom?
You know, it's a great question. I think both the guys have offensive. Oh, that's a tough shot. They're going to lose that here. Oh, overpowers that. Good hold again. But you notice every single hold they've had, and I'll answer your question after that, has been just basically Broderick and Christian minimizing the errors, and you know, and right now Rams and Bostrom going for the shots and making a couple errors at the wrong time, and it's exactly what these two teams want to do. You know, Rams and Bostrom are going to go for their shots more, and Christian and Broderick wanted you to go for them and miss, right? You know, and then they'll take their spots here and there. So good matchup so far.
Well, and I think the shot in Drew's forehand over there, anything hard you hit to that backside or it doesn't get to the screen, you're going to take a look at that tomahawk forehand. And he won't always hit it that hard. He'll put a ton of spin on it too.
Yeah.
So if you're not paying attention to it and it makes contact with your paddle, it's trouble.
That's sit too long. Yeah, he's missing that low cutter so far. He's made one, but missed the next two. That one he made, but not effective.
Too much time for.
Yeah, it's hanging in the
Broderick to
air.
see it. Yeah. That's a good ball from Martin. Good
Great
forehand.
ball. But Broderick switching the play to the other side. They don't have time to move over. He catches him. You got to be really careful going down into Bostrom's either forehand or backhand, to be honest. But
Yeah, and Bostrom's both sides, the less time he has to think about the drive, the better they are like that. That happened very quickly.
bang, bang, yeah.
Yep.
No. Great ball.
Against teams with good hands, too, the more time you have to drive, the less you should.
That's a great return from Christian. Hand to hand, nicely done.
Nice, John.
Yeah, they're looking sharp. They're doing a great job.
That serve from Rams he's using almost a full Western grip, which is, as
Just
a righty,
out.
his grip almost all the way to the right. Just a ton of topspin on that serve.
Oh,
And that's what that serve creates.
yeah, he didn't move in and cut it off. He kind of stood on his heel
Right.
and wheeled, took a bigger cut at that one.
The other thing about that serve is when it bounces, it's heavy. It moves because of the spin.
Ball is hanging. He's not committing to the full cut on that thing.
You know, going back to the weather, you can see how both these teams have adapted to the sun. And this morning,
Oh,
yeah, it was a good look.
was a good look. Take a better attack angle forward into it, but it was a good look. High forehand for sure. Big serve.
15. Love. 15. Off.
Bostrom and Rams switching sides. And I think Brad, you're going to start to see more of what just happened there with Rams sneaking in, wanting to get into that quick exchange, hand-to-hand combat, so to speak.
There's a finisher. See, that's a full cut. And Bostrom has that, by the way. He has a great cut finisher.
And that's what I was saying earlier, too. You can't hit that medium pace ball to either one of those guys.
Right.
You just can't.
Well, I personally thought the warm weather we'd see a few more of those. And Rams has tried it, but he hasn't made the full cut on it. He's almost like halfway.
Right.
So he's not generating the spin he needs to make the ball
Come
spin back and die.
Right.
A couple of faults here from Broderick. He's to a break point.
30. 40.
It's going to get hit. No. So soft, those hands. Yeah, I like this look with Rams taking the overheads. Do you think they should switch and have Broderick hit and have Bostrom hit a few more of those?
I like Rams hitting the overhead. That's why I was asking you earlier.
Great overhead there with the roller into the back and dying on the side.
Yeah, the ball just explodes off his paddle, and when that's happening, you have your back against the screens, just like that.
All right, well, guys, time to talk about one of our sponsors, Volley. And Volley is a proud sponsor of the APTA. As the first AI-enabled training experience, Volley modernizes racket sports by delivering on-demand dynamic system for live play training and better workouts. Volley creates a community to connect pros and players while giving users personalized performance insights to track progress and customize their practice. Ask your pro about a Volley lesson today, and for more information, visit getvolley.com.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah, about the Volley?
Yeah, about the Volley. I've talked to several pros, and they all really, really are excited with it, as well as their members.
Yeah, it's amazing the innovations in sports. I mean, you know, you and I have been around country clubs for a lot of years, Guy. You know, and these days, you know, you watch the Golf Pro, it's really just launch angles and tracks, and, you know, they just put it on the video, and it's amazing technique, and you got to utilize that technology.
Yeah, and I think members and players taking lessons, and they're happy to see the technology and I like that shot from Martin.
Yeah, we're going to start using some of the Volley stuff as well, but it's amazing what's out there now. So that was the first break, but you didn't get a feeling like it was just a couple of faults from Broderick, right? You didn't get a feeling like they're going to feel any pressure off script. Just tighten up the ship, stay with it, stay with the game plan. I think it's actually worked really well now.
Notice this is a good example of a point. Watch them move the lob around. So Martin hit that one. Now Rams is hitting that one. See?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, always a different guy.
Yep.
Constantly move one guy back, and the other guy has to come in, keep the movement, and then you're going to find that space where they're off the net, take your strike.
And with them lobbing different places or different opponents, they're kind of controlling two things. One, who hits it, and two, where the next ball goes.
That should have been a two-screen shot, but that's what a good overhead does. You put the right kind of pace off it, you bounce it off the screen. Christian had a moment where he wasn't sure if it was coming off that back wire, so he jumped at it early. Forced error there. It's going to spin to the side wire. What a dig. Great lob.
Great lob. Clearly in this matchup, Drew wants to be on that backhand side. Drew Broderick wants to be on the backhand side there.
Well, as you sort of mentioned before, though, Guy, he's never really not wanted to be on that side.
True. True, and I think in these big matches, too, he trusts it over there a little bit more.
All right, so we're getting some score reports for some of our other round of 16 matches out here. And then we have Gregorovic and Bostrom winning the first set against our 4 seeds against Ryan McNerney, but they're down love 3 in the second set. And Bentheim and Granger won the first set 7-6 against Kaler and Rose. So it's an amazing like, you know, the game dominated right out here. We have players been playing a while. Obviously, Broderick, a legend in the game. And, you know, Bostrom, Rams been around for 5-6 years now, playing at the top of the game. Bostrom's been right there as well. But there's all these new players out there now, Guy. It's great. Bentheim, Granger, Salazar. I mean, these guys are just making headway in the game. It's good to see.
Well, I was thinking about it this morning, too, as I'm looking at all the new faces, and both on the women's and the men's side.
Oh, that's a great ball.
These tennis players transitioning into paddle are just much smarter, quicker. They're playing the game the right way sooner instead of taking 3 or 4 years to actually buy into the correct strategy.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. A lot of that just goes to sort of the growth of the game and the growth of the teaching industry of the pros. Like, you know, when the PPTA started back in the day, I remember when I started playing, and I'm a bit older than you guys were holding the knowledge sacred, and people
Right.
wouldn't even call you. And then people, all of a sudden, you'd get good, and somebody along the way would be like, you'd get a call. It'd be like the bat phone ringing.
Right.
You know, like, oh, somebody good's calling me to play a game. And you got invited to play, and then all of a sudden, you had an access. But even then, it was sort of like people holding the knowledge close. Now, the idea's out there. Train everybody, you know, and there are great trainers out there, great pros, so everybody can gain the knowledge, you know, and they're just having a much better access to the entire thing. Fraser Morgan took the first set, our number 3 seeds against Puig and Wright on their round of 16. That's also the match that's also on our second streaming court there. It's not commentated, but check that out as well. Any break points, there's going to be right at the crease, so good play there. Ooh, hit the seam.
Nice ball by Christian.
If there's a place to go on the court, it is definitely the Rams backhand. Lip Rams backhand. That's the least offensive of the shots, unless you give him a short chip. Oh, great play there. A couple of good overheads.
Broderick, Christian.
I tell you, no one's holding on to the momentum, right?
Nope, 3-all. Just battling around. It's a good match. Different styles. It's going to be a battle.
See Christian and Drew switch out there.
Yeah, they always want to put that lefty on the other side. And I've always loved playing with a lefty. Gives you the opportunity to attack both screens better, but
Well, it gives you the opportunity to play in the stagger on both sides, for sure. Somebody can always be hanging on the net with the lefty-righty.
and what you're really referring to, which is absolutely right, guys, when they come here to the right and Christian's moving the overheads around, Broderick can be really tight because he knows 90% of the overheads are going to be hit by Christian. And then when they flip the other way, it's the exact same thing. The guy can get really close.
I like that play there.
Oh, Bostrom didn't commit to that forehand.
That's the one I was talking about.
Yep.
15, love.
But I like that play with Christian hitting overheads and Drew hanging on the net.
Oh! I mean, it's the right ball. He just airmailed it.
Yeah, I like that ball hard down the line, too. Have a target.
Yeah, I don't think his target was the back screen. Oh, he's just getting almost too aggressive with it. You know, just place the ball in there. He's trying to hit it perfect down the line again.
Yeah, those last two balls, the one Christian missed and the one Rams just missed, they need to have a target. Quick switch.
There's that low lob again. There it is again.
Yep.
Keep watching for it. You'll see it's not, you're not paying attention to it. Oh,
And
it's just a little poke drive. Misses it.
there's got to be more balls going to the screen on that side. You can't let Drew, Broderick get that many balls off the deck. He's going to pick you apart. Good pace from Christian.
See, there you go. Broderick using a little classic combination, a hard side back to a hard back side. That just moves the guys left and right.
See how quick they switch here.
Wow. Just making mistakes. I mean, that's all that game is.
Absolutely.
They're playing some good points, and then when it comes down to it, Broderick and, you know, Christian are just making them play one more, or they're just forcing the opportunity when they get it just a little more because they don't love this pace, Bostrom and Rams. They want it to go faster. Want to create more hand-to-hand battles.
And those are the balls that are being missed on the side of Rams and Bostrom.
Yeah.
The ones that they're trying to speed up the point with. But I still say more balls have to go to the wire when they have Broderick and Christian on the baseline. All right, 3 serving 4. Great top spin, Christian.
Yeah, it's a great rip. That's the roller you were talking about
Yep,
before.
there it
Beautifully
is.
done.
That's what I want him hitting more of, that ball right there.
And for those of you guys watching at home, if you pay attention to where you hit that ball, sort of just to the right of the middle of that back fence. So it goes into the back and spins off and starts to die along the side wire. It just works itself along that side wire, and it just makes it tough sometimes to dig it off that wire. So it's a well-placed shot.
Notice again the height of that ball. Broderick, only 2 things he wanted with that. He just wanted Martin to hit it, and he wanted Martin to take it over to Christian. There's that ball.
Yeah, brand new ball too, by the way, so you can see it. And you watch the difference as these things go. I think they're switching every 7 games. This ball will be basically almost bald when it's done after the 7 games. By bald, I mean the flocking on the outside of the ball, that kind of fuzz just comes off the more these guys cut it, spin it.
Interesting here too. You see them slowing it down a little bit. Bostrom and Rams.
Yeah, they haven't found a place where they can get Christian to start playing and Broderick to start playing the way they want them to. You know, so they're just feeling it out.
Well, I tell you, what I see, Brad, too, is that Bostrom and Rams are used to winning a bunch of free points, and they're not winning any of those free points right now.
Yeah, there's the winner. Oh, he couldn't quite come up with it. He got there, but that one was just inches from the net. Great shot. There's the low lob again.
See how quickly take this lob down the line. There it is. Son's tough in that corner, too.
Yeah.
On Christian's side, he's turning his head and looking right into it.
Yeah, rollers at the crease would be a good play, too, for these guys. They want to keep trying to spin it up. They're trying to work them around, but great job. And there's the miss. They just can't force it, so they're getting the errors out of them. They keep playing long enough. These guys try for a little more.
That's a great spot.
Yep. Bostrom's, though, when that ball goes right down the tee like that, up the middle, he should move 1 or 2 boards to his right. I think he could have cut it off. He's still standing up by the line.
Yeah, he's got to shrink the middle there for sure. And with all the transition in the game anyways, I mean, that ball, even if he went behind him there, Drew went behind him, so what? It's off the back screen, straight, no angle. Easy transition.
And you see Broderick hitting a 3rd panel smash. That's where he goes hard into the 3rd panel, moves Bostrom right to the middle. Then he cuts it to the back and moves him up the side. Well played, though, by Bostrom. There's another one. Look where Bostrom ends up, way in the center. Goes back down the middle.
Yeah, Broderick and Christian are doing a really good job right now of controlling the pace of the overheads. They're speeding it up and slowing it down.
That's a mistake. He didn't go for enough there. Weirdly, I don't think it was a great blitz opportunity because he didn't have Christian off the net.
No.
And he can't make him if you can't make the guy volley up, there's really not a lot of point in coming forward.
No, he's going to take player at the net's position and balance.
Broderick Christian.
All right, so Broderick Christian serving for the first set.
First set, 5 games, 3.
Yeah, just Bostrom and Rams just got to clean this up a little tighter.
You look at it and you go technical or tactical, and I think this is mainly, like you're saying, technical. They're just making the errors.
There's another one.
There it is.
Yeah, I mean, they've made at least 10 errors just trying to force a point. which is okay. I understand they want to win points, and that's, like we talked about in the beginning, Guy, that's sort of the basic mentality, the difference. Broderick tries first and foremost not to lose points, and he looks for the one ball he has that might give him an opportunity, where these guys are actually trying to win points.
Right.
And Broderick and Christian just are not allowing that to happen, and they haven't executed the shots they've taken to try and do it. That's a great low lob there. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And that's a great spot.
Well, what you're saying, too, and it goes back to what we mentioned a few minutes ago, is if you have to hit winners to beat somebody in the game, it's going to be tough. And that's what's happening. They're trying to finish points.
Oh, great move. What a volley.
Nice.
Oh,
Up.
terrific exchange there.
See how they switch very quickly here. And I like that move from them because they have really good rhythm here.
It's a perfect first set for Broderick and Christian. They're playing the way they wanted to. They had one little blip on the Broderick serve, but they haven't lost a game since.
Right.
They got broken at 2-all, and then they won the next 3 games. Oh,
That's such a tough dig.
what a great dig. Now, Broderick, it's so hard to get him in that forehand corner because he just sets his paddle down low. He can get the ball,
Changes.
whether it's an inch off the net, off the ground.
Changes his grip a little bit.
Goes to like what we consider like an eastern backhand.
Right.
And that just makes the paddle flat as it lies on the ground and get almost anything. That's a perfect point again. They're going hard in there, and the ball pops out. Christian takes it. 30 love. Broderick drew in the old. No, it's 40 love. No, 30 love.
Sure, you would have preferred it.
Yeah,
40
sure.
love.
In his mind, it was 40 love. All right, so 2 points from the first set. There's a switch in the backcourt from Rams and Bostrom. They'll do that frequently. Again, just he's hitting up on it, stand in the middle, they tag him, and prophetic Broderick. It is now 40 love, triple set point.
I'll tell you what, Christian is doing a fantastic job of, you know, we talk about fast hands, but fast hands are just slow hands really because he's ready. It's a good look.
It was a good look. He didn't quite get up the line on it. He was slightly late to it.
Just a little hesitant.
But it was a good look for sure.
But you see when Rams is blitzing, Tomas has a wide base and his hands are just, his paddle's almost at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, but every time that Rams is blitzed, how many times have you seen Christian volleying the ball from underneath the net?
None.
Yeah, so what's the point of the blitz, right? It's the wrong shot.
It is.
And there goes the set by the wayside on an error. And great set from Broderick and Christian. They take the first one 6-3, and we'll be right back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel presented by CPTC.
Ready for a whole new training experience? Welcome to Volley. At Volley, we've developed the first AI training system for racket sports, providing pros with the advanced teaching tools they've been waiting for, and giving players a new way to level up their game and enhance their time on the court. Ask your pro about a Volley lesson today and learn what Volley can do for you. We'll see you on the court.
All right, welcome back to the APTA Tour. We are live from the Glenview Club, bringing you the Chicago Charities Grand Prix. And men's round of 16 match here first set goes to Broderick and Christian. Guy, what do you think about that?
Well, it's what we've been saying. You know, I think most of the errors that we've seen are technical from Bostrom and Rams. They need to be a little bit more patient and change the tempo of the match. And I tell you what, Broderick and Christian have played, they've had a very good game plan. And I'll tell you the difference in this match, in my opinion, right now is the lobbing that Christian and Broderick are doing. I mean, you will see that the same person hitting the overhead changes almost every ball that's lobbed. So
Great point.
So that creates movement, and eventually they're just going to be out of position, Bostrom and Rams at the net, or miscommunicate on whose ball is what.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent point, Guy. You know, they really have done a good job. I mean, you know, it's sort of paddle 101 to be able to control your lob to one player, push them off the net. Next ball comes, push the other guy off the net, back and forth, so they're constantly in a little bit of a flow. They're also changing the heights and the time they have to get those overheads. And you can actually identify, to a degree, a plan with some of the lobbing from, you know, Christian and Broderick. But you can't really identify any plan from any lobbing from Rams and Bostrom right now. And they're not really patient enough. They're just sort of lobbing, and then ball comes in their wheelhouse, they strike it. But Rams, we talked about his ability to blitz and win points, right? What was his percentage winning points on the blitz in that first set?
I don't know if he won one.
Yeah, he might not have won a single one, right?
If
So
he
if we
did,
give
it
him
was
one,
one.
but let's say it's like 1 for 7 or 8 or 9. Clearly, he's not doing that the right way. So he's got to go, but I'm not sure they have identified that even. You know what I mean? Like, you
Well,
know,
that's their
so
style.
they have to start to figure, that's fine that it's your style, and you can blitz, but you can't blitz if the guy's on the net, right? And you're not hitting the ball down at his feet. I don't care how good your hands are. Right? You know, Christian's hit him 3 times, right? And usually it's the other way around. You would think Rams is the guy doing the damage in that situation, but it's not. You know, so it just goes to the way they're losing points. They got to slow the misses.
Yeah, they got to be willing to play longer points and make better decisions on. I mean, you don't want to take the blitz off the court altogether with Rams because he's so good at it. But
No, absolutely not, guys. I don't think that's what I'm saying at
No.
all. I think it's just about doing things at the right time and not forcing the times.
100% agree.
15 love.
Should also acknowledge these guys do yeoman's work up in the chair. Pat Layden in this one, doing a great job.
That's that lob,
Yep.
same spot, and there's the movement.
To me, they're playing Broderick a lot, too. They're giving him that medium-high forehand,
They are.
and I'm not sure that's wise. I don't know if they're trying to bait him into it, but right now he's had the upper hand on most of this stuff. You know, good players, that was a sneaky move there from Christian if you saw it. Oh,
Good point. Good point. 15 all.
Yeah, I think, Brad, these Rams and Bostrom have to dial in and stop moving the ball from side to side. It's just creating way too many mistakes. And that's exactly what Broderick and Christian want. It's a good game plan. And going back to the lob as well, yeah. They don't have one intent of lobbing over their head. They're just lobbing for spots.
yeah, why don't you follow up on that a little? I think it's an interesting point you're making, Guy. So instead of saying they're in, well, go ahead. Just say it again, because I think you said it well.
Okay. Let's just talk about what we identify as a good lob. I think, yeah, exactly. No
Two
need
missed
to-
rollers in this game already,
no
right?
need, and both of them behind the service line.
Behind the service line, right.
So even if they make it, the risk reward is not even close to being there. But I think that, you know, you evolve in your mind what a good lob is, and I think a lot of times when you start playing paddle, you're like, oh, I want to take the net, so I want to lob over somebody's head. But as you get better and better and better, what Christian and Broderick are doing is what good lobs are. It's dictating who hits the ball and where it's going to be hit next. And that's why you see all the movement. So here we go again. Let's watch where these lobs are.
Yeah, but I would love for Bostrom to take that and have an opportunity for Carter. Lost that one in the sun.
Yep.
You saw in that point, they're starting to get a little frustrated, Bostrom and Rams. Bostrom in the middle of that point just smashed the ball off the back screen, and he didn't do it to win the point. He didn't think he was going to win. He did it to promote transition play. Make the point go a little faster. See, there he goes again. He's not hitting that. He wants this transition to come. Gives possible opportunity for them to miss a ball in transition, and then maybe he feels we're just losing the other way, right? You know.
I don't know. It's probably a little frustration because I don't see any value in that ball.
Well, when you create transition, you create movement, which inherently sort of leads to more drive opportunities, kind of, or faster play. And let's just start with the basis of they prefer faster play, right? You know what I mean? That's going to make play faster. Oh, just great move from Christian. They're hitting so many waterfalls also, like down ups. Christian is starting to run forward as they're hitting it. That's
yeah,
a good
he sees
one.
it. Basically, as soon as he sees their hands go high, his paddle can go high.
That's
'Cause
nice.
He knows the ball's going to be hit down on. That's the spot they need to be getting very comfortable hitting right there.
Right, just
Christian's-
popping it into Christian's backhand.
That's
yeah.
it. That's it.
But that's going to require a total. See, when you roll it like that, that's not what we're talking about. You're talking about a total change of pace into slowing it down to that point where you're just going to dump it there and start to almost bait Christian and Broderick into the hits, right? You know, but that would require them to commit to that mindset, right? And so far, we haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, they're hitting their balls to the screen way too hard.
It's all waterfalls and bangs, you know. There's another. That's just, again, like we said, he's just changing the tempo and promoting transition, which, honestly, when you're not having any, you know, like doing the other stuff, just the fact that you're trying to change something else, I appreciate that to a degree.
Yeah, they do want to play those fast points for sure. Well, the slow points didn't work for them the first set, right?
Well, they couldn't find a way to do anything, and any time they went for a shot, they would miss it, right? But there, he sped up 4 points in a row. Honestly, better result.
Yep.
You know, and he was just banging it into that back screen, right? So I think it's a smart play. The more they speed it up, you know, they want to play faster, then hit some, you know, he didn't hit any intentional balls with anything other than I'm making Christian run up.
Right.
You know, and what's interesting about that is Christian could decide down the road, well, maybe I'll just lob it anyway, see if that bothers you, you know, but worked out for him that game.
And then they did get into the transition where they went back, and then oftentimes they would be back at the net, come up 2 balls later.
I mean, I've had some matches too, you know, over the years where things just weren't going right. You know, I was trying to play like a steady percentage game, this and that. And then all of a sudden I was like, this is just not going well. And I just ripped returns. You know, I just said, enough of this, right? And then all of a sudden I just found some rhythm and confidence, and then I settled back into the place I wanted it to be at. But the fact that I went for those first things allowed it to get where it needed to go. You know, went through the fire, so to speak.
Yeah, and what you're saying, too, I think is, you know, you have to be willing to change the lob-to-drive ratio sometimes and speed it up and know when to slow it down. And
Ooh. Smart. Bostrom just bailing there.
Smart.
See the percentage and staying.
let's see if these guys develop a good lob scheme here.
There we go. 1-2. That was nice. Great overhead from Broderick. Broderick also probably, in the history of like people who've played as long as he has and as many matches as he has, he's probably hit less percentage of forehand like volleys. He maybe hit 2 in his entire career. You know, he gets in position and gets behind the ball and commits to it in a classic way that I love.
Yeah, and his hands are always at the right height. You know, you'll see his hands when he's volleying from the service line down by his waist.
Yep.
Yes. And when he's up the net, you'll see those hands up high.
Oh, what a shot from, great read from Christian. And I actually love that overhead. Bostrom cracked it right into the crease. Beautiful play there from Christian.
He made it look easy. It was not.
Couple of good cuts there. You can see the ball, how yellow it was before. Now you can see brown splotches on it. And there, lost it. I don't know if he lost it in the sun. He just missed it. But this is the exact opposite of what we were seeing before. That's the type of ball that Bostrom and Rams were missing, right? Going for a cutover and missing it. That time we saw it, you know, so maybe a slow little leak. What a spot there. Perfect.
What makes that shot that Christian just hit too so difficult is the height.
Yeah.
If he goes lower, it's a much easier volley for Rams.
That's wide.
Tough
I
hit.
think Bostrom, you could hear him on the live stream going so bad.
That's a tough ball to hit a roller on, going to that side. If he's going to do that, he's got to go right at him. There's that lob at that height. You notice too, Brad, both of these teams when they're on the baseline, how good they are as playing as a team with that drift to the middle. So see where Drew is in the middle?
Yep.
And now you'll see Christian move over a little bit, especially if he thinks it's going to go anywhere towards the nick.
That's the first one of those that Broderick has missed.
Yep.
It's the ball he wants. Doesn't get that one. You know. Yeah, and what you're talking about, too, is so going back to lobbing it well, you know, when these guys lob to a certain place, like if Broderick lobs that ball, I don't know why Rams is taking that ball unless they wanted to switch there, but if they lob the ball to the left side of the court, they can start to drift. One guy's going to drift to the center. They can drift a little to the right and look for opportunities to the other side. And the opposite is true. If they lob it to the right side of the court, they can start drifting left. And
yeah, and that's why the help call is so easy, because they're looking for it. Even the person not hitting the ball is there
looking
to help.
for it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy, but it's not easy for the average player, right?
Right.
You know, to actually have that type of recognition.
Especially on a warm day like today, too, and as hard as Rams and Bostrom are hitting their overheads. You know, those are going to be days where you're going to be saying help a lot.
Nick.
There it is.
There it is, beauty.
And him saying help just allows him to 100% commit to the sidewire, which he did.
Well, they're working that.
So that ball there, too, Drew knew it wasn't going to go to the side screen or even at the...
It's going to hang. Easy shot there.
But he's saying help early just to get Tomas Christian over there.
Just playing super steady. Continue the lobs to see if they lose their patience. See, that's the first slow ball. I don't know why they don't just slow it down once or twice. Right. Just instead of just like hard, 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 hard.
Yeah.
Slow it down once or twice.
Yeah,
Take a breather.
That's
right. There you go. That's it. And that actually is working. All right. There you go. Now, fine. You want to speed it up again, but that's all right. At least they're changing the tactic. So on our second live stream court, good job by our third seed, Frazier and Morgan, who just another go-for winner. Comes up with the air. Take out Puig and Wright, 6-4, 6-1. Kudos to them. They're on to the quarterfinals.
That was a quick match, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, they played well. You can see it out of the corner of our eye a little here, right on the next court.
And then, you know, a team like Frazier Morgan, they love the vertical game, love to play fast as well. And you see a match that didn't last over an hour. Yeah, I don't know why Bostrom and Rams are not playing more of Christian's backhand.
There's the Bostrom going into the hard one. It's honestly the only thing I think they've had some success with is when he's really rammed it in there, like with the intention of creating transition. That's going to be down the line for, yeah, nice track from, easy track there from Rams. Oh, that backhand is just so slippery.
Yeah, especially off the screen, too. He disguised that so well. Here Bostrom saying help.
Yeah, we've already heard it about 8 times. You know, and I try to express that to people in a match. You know, I think I'm going to say help 15 times, you know, minimum. You know, it's just the first thing you're really looking for is the ball going right at the corner. If it's not going right at the corner, you should be able to tell if it's going to the side or the back, right? You know,
Absolutely.
that's the big key. And if you don't know if it's going to the side or the back, then you probably should call for help.
Yeah, and it's interesting, too, because if you took a teaching hopper of paddle balls and explained it to players and did a drill, they would all do it really, really well.
Yeah, when they know you're hitting it at the crease. That's the absolute truth. Yep.
But when they get into a match, don't trust it. When it goes back to what I was saying, Brad, is they don't trust that their partner's actually there with the drift.
But it's you know, the honest truth is experience has proven that to be the case, right?
Right.
You know, the partner won't be there. But that's one of the things at this level, you honestly cannot play this level without the ability to do it. Nice close there from Christian.
Look how solid and steady he is. Not very quiet feet when he's volleying the ball.
They're going to switch in the backcourt, I think, here. Because they're just working Rams over there. He can't get a look. Oh, called wide. No overrule from the umpire.
And that's just frustration.
No, he went to the blitz, and then they got up behind him, and he just went for the shot down the line. And now they're really losing track of the pace of this match, you know. That's great. What a volley. That's out.
I don't like the roller to that side for that reason.
Well,
unless you're going.
He's hitting it to the side screen.
Right.
The roller should go here into the back screen middle, right?
Right at him, yeah. Because what value does it have anyways if it goes to the side screen? It doesn't.
Yeah, but Bostrom Rams just, it's those little things, right? That overhead there, 2 missed rollers, right? That game right there, 2 missed rollers, right? And I can't remember what the other shots were, but
well, it's a backhand
like
down the
backhand down the line, right? That he forced, right? It's all just, yeah. You know, if you made a list of unforced errors versus winners, again, none of those balls are volleying down, and they're not off the net with the lob first, right? So even though he's hitting nice balls there, right back from Christian and Broderick. There aren't more guys out there in shorts. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, you and I have played here when it's been not so nice. 20 degrees this time of the year.
Yep. Yeah, all kind of weather out here in Chicago. But today, just stunner. The whole weekend's going to be like this as far as I understand it. Ah, good soft hands there from Christian.
I tell you what else, Brad. Christian and Broderick are doing a really good job. I mean, you don't see this too often, but they're taking turns hitting overheads, and it's the different spins. The sun's tough over there right now.
Yeah, he's done a great job with it. He's missed a couple, but overall done a great job. It's only a couple loose errors there. But we all know that's like the one thing that you hope for when you're not doing well is for the other team to kind of have a little mental blip, give you 3 or 4 easy points. Can completely break or change momentum. They'll take that gift, but Broderick and Christian have shown very little, giving them much less what Bostrom and Rams have given. Ooh, Bostrom getting ready to hit the forehand. Rams sneak in with a backhand slice.
That's the forehand deceleration. No need. They're on top of the net.
They're on top of the net, though. What's the point, right? What's he hitting? He's going for a let court there. It's the only good result, a let court. Otherwise, they're volleying down action anyway. You got to earn your drives by getting them off the net first. Broderick just right on top.
I like Christian hitting more of the overheads when they're on this side of the court right now, too, because you could see
The sun.
Broderick is just staring at it.
See, there's a drive, but they're off the net, so it worked out. The lob pushed him off first. And Broderick actually just wisely, and now he wants to promote the transition. Oh, he missed it again.
Same spot.
Wait, is it in?
Honestly, couldn't see it, could you?
I thought it was out, but I think it's called good. 30 all. Yeah. It's called good. Ooh. Did you see Broderick? Did he just go close the fence, push the fence in with his hand on the ball before? I was wondering if the gate started to open. I don't know, never mind. Go get a replay of that. It's important to me, apparently. Oh.
I do agree with that.
I don't mind that
Bostrom.
hit. You got Christian off the net. He's got a back end to his high
Yeah.
ball. He's hitting a cross court to Christian. If you don't execute the right type of balls, it's fine, right? You're gonna have to make your shots and take them when you get them. Good serve from Christian.
You got time.
He just switches right over. That's smart right there. He doesn't have the shot, don't have to hit the drive. He lobs him off the net again.
But you know that from a tactical perspective with Christian and Broderick, they've done what we started the live stream with, and they've really eliminated their strengths.
You're talking about Rams and Bostrom.
They're not giving Martin Bostrom backhands, and they're not letting Rams hurt them with their forehand.
Yeah, they're just lobbing and hitting better overheads. You know, and Boston Rams haven't had really the discipline or even kind of the thought process right now to figure out how to gain, like we said, you know, Rams is a great blitzer. He's still a great blitzer, even though he's 1 for 7 today. But the way he's doing it has just been incorrect, right? He's not getting them off the net with a good lob scheme first, right?
And he just did exactly what you were saying there, the right way finally. Waited till they're off the net, came in, and that's his game, which
Right.
is what you've been suggesting. Yeah, they haven't allowed Rams to play his style today, for sure.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, he's got to lob that up, though. And then Rams was still stuck up there, and a great recognition from Christian as he cuts an overhead right into Rams' body.
Notice Drew Broderick poaching there and committing to the middle, and that ball down the line doesn't hurt them. It's an easy ball to play off the back screen.
Actually, I like that move Rams did. He moved to his right that time. They haven't been doing that all day. Would like to see Rams will move to his left to hit an overhead. I would like to see Rams never move to the left. Let Bostrom cut those if he gets them. That's going to be a watch. Oh, well done. That's a nice cut there, and it should have been Broderick's ball, but nice play.
And that's good rhythm from Bostrom there, too, as you were saying, because he's hitting overhead after overhead.
What a volley there from Christian. It's a nice move and just awesome.
Yeah, that help Broderick's giving Christian on that first volley.
Yeah, but let's talk for a second. So, given what happened there, where should Rams hit that lob? Broderick moves to the middle, ball goes to Rams, and then the lob goes right to Christian instead of Broderick's on the net. He's got to lob that ball back cross court. It's just these little pieces, right? That ball, it's a great opportunity if he can lob it over Broderick's head, because Broderick just made the cutoff, right?
Right, lobbing with more purpose
Yeah.
earlier in the point.
Oh, just can't Can't buy it too sometimes. It starts to feel that way. It's the top of the net and comes back. There's the moment here. It's 3-1. Nothing's really had some success. Christian and Broderick have basically given you no indication they're going away, or you're going to start making a couple errors for you, right?
Yep.
And they're going to stay with their strategy. So it's really sort of a moment, you know, here right now for Bostrom and Rams to sort of step aside. They haven't really talked about anything either, it seems like. You know what I mean? Like step back and been like,
Right.
hey, maybe we should change this or do that. You know, they're going about it.
And again, I think this match is being dictated by how good Broderick and Christian's lobs are. Interesting strategy to suggest out there, because Bostrom and Rams' hands are so good, and if they want to speed it up, volleying a little bit shorter to make them drive more, because the ratio here with them lobbing and hitting the lobs all to the right spots isn't favoring their tempo at all.
Yeah, you know, almost baiting them to hit
Exactly.
off the deck. And that's been a strategy people have used on Broderick before. And he's not easily baited, but it can work, right? Even Broderick has a shot clock, right? You know, and
It's a long one.
yeah, no, it's a long one. We might not even have this much time. I don't know. I'm looking at my watch here, but you know, but even he has it. But you have to, you know, sort of the thing is you have to have the willingness to do that. But they could try to start doing it. I don't disagree with it at all. Hit the ball a little shorter, dump it in slower, see what's going to happen. You know, like see if you can get them to go for some things.
Yeah, it's definitely going to speed the point up. Oh, that's a great shot by
Great
Rams.
shot there. Still a cutter. It's like a halfway cutter today. Usually you see the finish come up and under a little more.
But, you know, going back to what we were just talking about, that's kind of a little bit what we were just saying. He hit the ball short, creates transition.
Oh, all right. It's a loose one. See if they can build on it. 30-all.
Martin's now changing his serve, too. A little bit more hitting the underhand topspin serve. Going overhand here. Don't you still think it's interesting that they aren't hitting consecutive balls to Christian's backhand?
I do. I don't
just-
understand because they got us
There's a shot.
right there. Couple in a row.
And Broderick thrives on movement. I've played with him enough myself and watched him enough to know if he's being frozen out, that's when he gets frustrated.
Yep.
And again, he's touching every other ball, and that ball's moving between Christian and Broderick.
And it makes him feel like that's a great ball
Great
there.
shot.
But see that full finish he took under and through? That's how you're going to hit the cut finishers. I know Rams has that, but I just haven't seen it today from that. Great finisher there. But I think you make it a really good point that when you're allowing Broderick to hit, he actually almost starts to feel like I'm controlling the lobs here. I'm hitting balls. I'm in control of these points. You start to freeze him out a little. He's going to try to move to the center, pick a backhand off, you know. And that's where you want him to be. That one he got. Good ball. Still, did not spin back. It's like a hybrid drop shot. All right, this would be a huge hold. In my opinion, if they don't hold here, it could be lights out. Down 3-1. Let's see a few more of those. Oh, a little benefit. Nice.
And I like that play down the line from Broderick because he knows the next ball's got to go to Christian.
That's right. He can't hit behind Broderick. Good lob.
Great lob. Notice, too, as Rams comes in there and volleys, the next lob's going to him. A lot of times when Christian and Broderick are driving, they're driving to make their next lob better, always to a spot. Great hands by Rams.
There's a finish. Nice. All right, getting it moving. Going back right away. Might be too soon. No, got time. Well, that was great. That was a good point where they were able to create some movement and a huge hold there from Rams and Bostrom. And now it's time to talk about another one of our amazing sponsors, Fusion. And in collaboration with the APTA, Fusion is at the forefront of personalized gear and apparel. Backed by a team of seasoned industry experts, we provide exclusive access to high-end products from top-tier retail brands, all poised for customization with your club logo, team name, or corporate branding. Our streamlined approach guarantees a hassle-free shopping experience complemented by custom online storefronts and swift ordering. Visit www.gearbyfusion.com and let Fusion seamlessly weave your branding into elite merchandise.
I tell you what, they've done a great job over the years. I remember when they came around a few years ago, and the way they built their brand and the consistency and professionalism, it's fantastic.
Yeah, they do an amazing job. They keep a ton of great high-quality brands on order, and they're starting to do online pro shops for many places, you know, in the country club type business. It's volley-wide. All right, couple little start here. This is a moment, maybe.
Sure
Do you feel
is.
like there may be a little something here, like this? It's now or never kind of for Bostrom and Rams, right?
Well, that last game was their speed for sure, and they didn't make a couple silly mistakes. They didn't give them any free points.
Yeah, it's almost like how many times could we count today the amount of times where they've been serving where they haven't just missed an overhead, right? Bostrom and Rams just missed an overhead. Right, they probably missed 10 overheads on the day, right? They just got to cut down on those things.
And this game is a perfect example of the speed that Rams and Bostrom want. Quick points, fast points.
Actually getting some good returns in here. Oh, then two quick misses, and they're 30-40 or 1 point to get it to deuce. Oh, Bostrom likes to lob it back. Doesn't want to take a chance at missing it. Smart.
Yeah, if Rams and Bostrom can win two quick games here in a row, maybe they see some of the momentum.
Yeah, there's been almost none from them early on. They had that early break, and then it was all Broderick. And then, honestly, the wheels sort of, I won't say they came off, but they just made a lot of mistakes.
A lot of mistakes. And
credit to Bostrom, as you've been saying, credit to Christian and Broderick for moving their lobs around, putting them in positions that weren't easy for them to just do whatever they wanted to do, right? Every time they tried to blitz, they came up and shut it down. And then they were lobbing and pushing him out of position.
see Bostrom and Rams switching, give them a different look as the point gets longer.
That's a good ball. Dunk. Ooh, to me it looked like that might have been wide. But great. Good weight there from Bostrom.
I tell you what, Bostrom is doing a great job of creating offense off the screens.
Smart from Christian. Goes right back at him. Good hands, though, guys. I was speaking out there to them so they could hear me. Yeah. Nice hands.
Getting better movement with their lob locations here.
Well, it's a patient point. They're looking for spots now. It's almost like they're finally recognizing this is maybe the moment. And a great move up the wire from Rams. Love it. He's going to roll it at the corner. Good play. There's the softball that we want.
That's the one.
And there's the short volley that we were talking about. So.
It's changing the whole tempo of the match.
Well, everything's starting to creep in now. This is the moment for them. And it was also like in the beginning, how many waterfalls and slam, like those type of overheads were there in the beginning? It was all just hard overhead, down, up overhead, right? Now they're starting to find the right tempo. They're going to have to work for every one of these points. That's what Broderick and Christian are going to do, but got to control the pace and pick their moments better.
Yeah, I think some of those mistakes in the first set, and it's happened to all of us. Great shot.
Wow, that was big. All right, so tied it up here. Little momentum here for Rams and Bostrom. Let's see if they can go. They haven't been able to build on anything yet.
Yeah, that was 2 really good games for Bostrom and Rams. They were much more patient when they needed to be there, too, even though the points have speeded up. I still don't see them with a definitive plan.
Yeah,
they're moving it around so much still.
Left, right, like, oh, still can't get that one. Tough.
Yeah, he didn't quite finish again like you've been suggesting all day.
He's running a little less than 50% on that, but in terms of effective rate, when you go for a shot like that, it's usually like semi-kill, right? You know, not a ball that people are tracking down and getting back easily. It should be a kill shot. And he's hitting it more like, I don't know what he's hitting it like. It's kind of like a half a drop shot.
Well, he's not committing to it.
Yeah. And there you heard Broderick call for the help that time. And like you had mentioned before, it's not always the player whose corner is going into. The other guy can call the help, right?
Absolutely.
I find that's also sort of one of the issues with a lot of players. The ball goes to the other corner, and they start being like, oh, it's gone over there, right? So I don't have to have a role here. But the ball ricochets off the screens and goes far. There's a short volley unintentional, but I love it. And like you said, keep pushing these guys up and back. And the more you draw them in, the more space behind them you're going to have. As long as they're not smashing it down. Hit it short and low. Or even bait them like that. That's beautiful.
And they've also got to stick with some type of tactic that will allow them a chance to succeed. I mean, it's just been changing. But these last 2.5 games have been good.
That's a good one. See, there's the cut finish, like full all the way underneath, and beautifully done because he's holding it to the last moment. He could decide to hit through that thing, but then at the last second, it comes underneath the ball around like 430, and he just cuts it. Good finish, and that's 3 games in a row from Bostrom and Rams. They were sort of, to me, down 3-1, nothing going their way. They've been able to put together a really good string here. And would you say that there's anything that Broderick and Christian have done wrong here?
Well, it's taken them a little bit of time to adjust, but I think Rams and Bostrom are starting to use the short ball to create the transition that they thrive on. So I think that ball, unless Christian and Broderick can drive it with some pace, no medium pace balls there because it's giving them options not only to cut but to hit it short.
All right. And here's where, that's what I was saying. So Christian and Broderick now, for the first time, might actually be faced with, okay, there's actually something going on here that's making it a little tougher on ourselves. We got a Mike Raleigh sighting in the booth. It is always a pleasure to see the gentleman who will be out here commentating shortly in our next match.
Mr. Mike Raleigh, welcome. Yeah, so what you're seeing too, Brad, is it's the first time Broderick and Christian are having to make another adjustment because they haven't had to make one.
They haven't had to make one yet?
Yeah, so they're going to have to adjust here.
Well, we'll see, because it's not like something where you can markedly see and go, oh, Broderick Christian making bad mistakes here now. They're really playing the wrong way. They're just doing what they did. We have a final, for the first time, a little bit of adjustment, from Rams and Bostrom. See,
Well, when someone's hitting an overhead off their front foot, you can't be thinking
yeah,
offense.
that's what I mean by that. That to me,
You just cannot. He's hitting the ball off his front foot in the middle of the service box.
good hit there, and Broderick with the help. So take that play again. See, this is where Broderick's cutting across, and he really has been helping Christian hold serve. When he's doing that, Rams has got to know to lob the next ball cross court. They got to start spacing the balls. Rams right back at him that time in a nice spot up on his left hip, up around his armpit. Tough volley to make.
So interesting to see here, too, because Drew Broderick's doing a good job of poaching and helping Christian with that first volley. But I honestly believe that Rams and Martin and Bostrom were aiming at Drew no matter where he went there.
Yeah.
Because it's much easier to poach a ball when someone's trying to keep it away from
you than it is
Yeah.
when they whack it right at you.
Yeah.
Well, you're honestly not poaching it when they're whacking it at you, right? No, but it's sort of an adage when you play against a player who does move at the net, you got to go at him some, right? You got to go play behind him, not to the spots that are open, behind him. Or even at him, right? That's good overhead.
And I do think an adjustment for Broderick and Christian here are to let him hit more overheads. Main reason being the sun. Because every time the lob goes up and Drew Broderick's looking at it, he's looking directly in the sun. But Rams and Bostrom are doing a much better job of playing longer points when they need to, like this one.
No, for sure. They're not forcing the action as much. In fact, the honest truth is, how many times have we seen Rams blitz since they started doing better? Little to none, right? Or only when he's getting the low ball. So they're taking away the plays where they were losing points and starting to add in strangers, and that's how you make the comebacks. It's not all one thing. The only time you make a comeback is if your opponent makes it easy for you. You know, they just start missing balls. The rest of the time, you got to think your way through it. Seems like they're coming to it.
So that's a good move. That's a good move. Christian was on the service line.
Yeah,
Smart.
good
Smart.
surprise move, and I'd like to hear Broderick call that one out. Missed him. He went for him, and he missed him.
But you know, though, Brad, I think he's interesting. I think he's doing that on purpose, pulling him in.
Yeah,
go right back at him. Yeah. It's a good play.
That's a great play. Well, using the short ball and drawing them in is a great play.
Yeah, it's the adjustment that they made, I feel like, that's creating their success here.
Good look. Another break point. Here we go. I like it. Bostrom takes a second to go over. Give Rams a high five. Another huge point here. Oh, and he thought Broderick was making the move. He's helped him so many times, and Bostrom spots it in there.
And by Broderick being hit at the last couple times, he stayed put.
He didn't commit to going all the way across. And now that's 4 games in a row for Bostrom and Rams, and they're up 5-3 here. Complete turnaround.
Yeah, from 3-1. Being down 3-1.
And now you get the second thing. How many times we've seen him miss that today? Few to none. And then he starts to feel the pressure, right? You know, but this is where it comes. You start to, it all kind of feeds on itself. See if they can finish it. Good ball, draws him in. That's a great lob. Oh, he had him moving back. Good sneak in, a good cover there from Broderick. 2 in a row.
Yeah, you don't see those loose errors from Broderick much.
Oh, 35. He's got a heavy snap spin serve. It's really good. He doesn't pull it out that much because his first serve is actually really good, but it's much better the deuce side than the ad. I mean, the ad side than the deuce, but Bostrom's got a tough serve.
Yeah. One of the best in the game, for sure.
He's cutting that, and that's
Oh, yeah.
well done. Now, fired up. I think that might have been the first fist bump we've seen from Bostrom. I love that. All right, 40-30.
Needs to slow down there. They can't let this game get away from them.
I agree. They got 2 loose errors here and a great cut finish and 2 faults. You know, it's just a little the other side of the coin. Yeah, we got a long day ahead of us here. This one's going. We got another match that's supposed to be going on at 4. If this goes 3, that'll be minimum 5. It's going to be strap in, fellas. Order some Uber Eats or whatever you want to do. And get ready. A lot of content left. Shocking game from Broderick there. 2 forehands missed and a lob out.
Yep.
And that leads us to 5 games in a row for Bostrom and Rams. And they take that second set 6 games to 3 with a great strategy change. And we'll be back in a moment just after these messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel presented by CPTC. All right, welcome back to the APTA Tour, and we are live from the Glenview Club, bringing you incredible men's round of 16 action between our number 5 and our number 9 seeds, where Rams and Bostrom basically guy on death's door down 3-1 and everything looking bad, but they come up with a huge game to hold there, to get it 3-2, and then rattle off 4 more games. Good stuff. I mean, what'd you see there?
Well, they made the adjustments we talked about before they actually made it, which was start using the short ball to create transition, and it worked well. And I do think some of the mistakes in the first set were due to a lack of plan, and some are just freebies. I also believe Rams stopped blitzing when he shouldn't have.
Yep.
He didn't make the mistakes, and it allows you to see the court better. And now we got to see what adjustment Broderick and Christian make.
Yeah, because, I mean, they've hit on a little something here, and the third set can be a completely different animal. It's like coming into different halves of a football game, right? You know, a team gets 300 yards of offense in the first half, and then they come out, adjusted by the defense, they get another 75 yards the whole rest of the way. It's really a question of whether, you know, Christian and Broderick can adjust to them being able to – they got a little more patient, Broderick, Rams and Bostrom. They started using the short ball. They actually made a few cut finishers, started drawing them in a little bit, slowed the overheads down a couple. The first set was all slam into the screen, down, up, waterfalls, everything up. There they actually slowed it down a little, used the short ball to draw them in, transition at various times, and then they just cut down on the mistakes. You know, the amount of overheads they were missing in the beginning were, you know, like 20, you know, they probably missed 9, 10 overheads, right?
Easily.
You know, so huge difference. Be interesting to see. Now, do you think, you know, clearly Broderick's the captain of the Broderick Christian team. He's probably the captain of any team he's on. You know, like, but Bostrom Rams, they don't seem to have a captain. They just kind of go about their business. You know what I mean? Like they're like, and I give that as a bit of an advantage to Christian and Broderick in terms of that regard. If there's a way to change the strategy, you look at it. I assume Broderick's bringing it up, but I like how Bostrom and Rams are back there chatting right now.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing about that first set, and to be honest with you, all the way up to 3-1, is the match was completely being controlled by Christian and Broderick's lob.
Yep.
And when you pull them in short and bring them in, you create the tempo that Rams and Bostrom want, and you change the fact that they could just sit there on the baseline and lob the ball anywhere and move you around and create space.
I think it was also controlled by, yes, their ability to control the lobs, but also Bostrom and Rams' unwillingness to do anything but just kind of smash it or roll it no matter what the circumstances were, instead of just pushing a couple of fluff balls down the middle, you know, to Christian's backhand and use the different shots, right? They were trying to hit tough rollers from tough positions and making mistakes. So good adjustments.
Bostrom and Rams also started lobbing so much better from the baseline and playing patient when they needed to.
All right, so third set. Broderick sporting a brand new hot pink shirt. There he had Broderick. He normally doesn't reach for a ball like that. He commits to the backhand volley and stays with it. It's a really good spot from
And again,
Bostrom.
it's great height.
Yeah, he put it up in the
window.
armpit area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that window is so tough.
Good block there. Ooh, but that's the look.
That is the look, and you saw Christian giving up the net. He's not going. He's not going to put himself in that time and space. Going to give himself time.
As I look out around the courts, I think this might be the only match still going right now. And of course, as I said before, strap in because we got men's quarters coming right after this. It's supposed to start at 4:30 p.m. They'll probably will get going with a bunch of them. So our second streaming court will come out, and there's great action all the rest of the day. They're getting set up here for a huge and terrific barbecue they run here at the Glenview Club. Wow, good ball right at the body. Tries for the block. Misfire. Good shot by Christian.
Yeah, I like that spin on that ball. I'd like to see Christian hit that roller more too. He's only hit one or two this whole match. It's a very good shot he has. Good height. I wouldn't play with that one too much.
No, it's going to start getting hit. And Broderick really did a lot of damage in that first set with that forehand high. He's all over that. Yep, good read there from Christian. Sees the high down, up overhead, and he comes in and takes it on the rise. Beautiful play. There's another help call, Bostrom.
And you can see Broderick all the way off the court giving Christian room to hit that.
He's waiting for his opportunity to see the ball he wants to close in on when they're getting ready to drive. Oh, good hands there from Christian. That was a well-spotted drive.
See Rams and Bostrom switching. Give him a
Going to get hit.
Yep.
Good rip.
Good. Yep.
I don't know what happened there. He just kind of lost it on the turnaround, but a great shot. But they set that up beautifully, and then there was a quick switch of the play there from Christian. Hits it. It doesn't spin to the sides. Sits up and then thumped.
I like that move from Rams and Bostrom.
The switch, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Good call there. Beautifully played.
Let's see if they do it again.
Oh, that's such a smart lob. See, there we go. Now he's moving the lob left to right, and he's creating more space on the court.
There's the switch.
And now we got some confusion there as they switch left to right. But they're lobbing better.
Yep.
There's the short ball that we talked about.
Yep. So two things, Rams and Bostrom. I mean, they are lobbing tremendously from the baseline now.
Well, smarter, right?
Yeah.
With intention.
Yeah, with purpose. And earlier in the point, they're doing that too. And I love the switch in the backcourt too because there's the good blitz. That's still a good move.
I don't mind that. Nope.
It's a good move.
Agreed. It's a good move. Way off the net. Guys getting ready to push. There's no way you're going to get 100% of those. He just picked his spot. He didn't get it. It's all good.
Notice, too, Rams is only looking for the ball at him there. I mean, he's not going to chase the ball, and Martin stays back.
Good cut overhead. Gets Rams to spin around a little. He can't control the pace. 30 all. Deuce. Short chip and blitz. Smart. Good bail.
See if they switch here.
See, that's the first one I've seen him hit with that heavy cut, surprisingly, today.
It's nasty, too. Isn't it?
Yeah, no, it was a great shot, and it was well tracked down from Broderick. Oh, he was all over it. He was too ready for it. He should have actually played the little short ball again, and he went for the hard slap to the screen. That was a big ball. So we talked about the plays they want, and what a volley there from Christian, and a huge hold to start this match.
What a quick turn there, huh?
Yeah, but it was a really good game Bostrom and Rams were playing. It was just the one missed forehand, and then there, things just got a little heavy. Bostrom makes the wrong play on that ball where Drew hits that short one, that off-pace drive. He should be hitting the touch volley short to draw him in. Instead, he slaps it hard. And he knows it was a mistake, I think, but somehow instinct took over for him. Quick error there, and then, I mean, awesome move. Just Bostrom's got to make Broderick drive that ball for Rams to have the ability to blitz, but instead Christian cuts it off and just
And why
stuffs it.
Why not take that volley and just push it deep to Christian's backhand? Why?
Well, I think anything would have been fine other than the slap shot wide, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, what we talked about was, them hitting the short balls and things like that is even smarter because he had a good opportunity there. He knew it was coming. He just missed it.
That would be the time to hit it, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what they did well that whole second set.
Jason's got it. 15, love.
Jason Gold tracking that ball down, doing a ton of work here for the Charities tournament.
All right, 15 love here, love 1. Bostrom serving.
Yeah, that was a big, big hold from Broderick. See, now they're pushing the ball in there. They were trying to force that overhead hard and down and letting Broderick just keep controlling it before. That's where it gets dangerous when they're doing that one. That's the one.
Yeah,
Slow
I like
it
that.
down.
I like that one much more than that side back to Christian.
And then pick your spot to take the shot where you can do something with the ball. Don't force something with the ball. Like this. Right. See, there he goes. Bostrom just got finished, and that's the perfect point. They didn't force anything earlier. That's just a bad lob from Christian. Then you cut, finish it. Great job.
Yeah, and that soft pace is creating those shorter balls that
Yeah.
both Rams and Bostrom can cut.
Yeah, I don't know if it's creating, but I think they haven't adjusted to adding the extra finish on the lob yet, but you're right.
Well, when those balls come off the screen so hard, they can turn offensive in a hurry, and the ball's coming right back towards the net.
Yeah.
You hit it soft. Got to use your legs a little bit more. There it is. Good spin.
Good spin, cuts it right into the spin and the sun.
Yeah, the sun's horrible.
Yeah, the sun is low and right in Broderick's eyes over there. Not by. Yeah, good ball. Nice track down. Whew. Big volley. That's dangerous. Got it. Ooh. That's great dig. Nicely played. Still does the thing of moving them up and in, though.
Yep. Let's see what happens here.
That's a good play, though.
Good transition.
Nicely righted by Broderick and Christian. Instead of getting speeded up even more, they just lobbed it high and got back into position.
I like that spot from Martin Bostrom.
See, this one is drawing him in, but it stays high. Good volley. Oh. Working Broderick into the sun corner. Nicely played by Christian. Oh!
Wow.
Big defense there from Broderick and Christian.
Those spins were incredible. They made some great gets there.
Yeah, it was really good defense. I can't fault the point in terms of strategy and other things. He didn't commit. The last shot, it looked like he changed his mind last second, but well played.
And that's what Broderick and Christian are thinking, too, is when they see Rams and Bostrom hitting the ball off their front foot, they're thinking defense, at best neutral. They're not thinking about offense at all. So that's why they're able to make those great gets.
Yeah, nice. Good pace. See if they switch back. Yeah, right away. Broderick doesn't want to spend any time the other way. That's a good look, and that's, you count on a handful how many times they forced an offensive shot. That looked like a forced forehand.
Yep, too much time.
From Christian. They sort of baited him, and finally they get that type of error. So good hold there from 1-all. good cover.
Nice move by Bostrom.
Set.
See if they stay this way or switch back.
And on that one, wow, they're speeding them up now. Good plan. Wow. That's smart, but is it in? Great shot. Nick. They heard another help call there.
They're going to switch pretty quick here. There it is.
Is the last more than a ball, guy? Not even a ball. Like, let's go back.
Well, if I was Christian, I'd be wanting to switch too. I don't want to look at that sun over there.
See, that's it.
Yeah, he is just not committing.
He's not committing it, and I don't love it as a drop shot. I'd rather he just hit a straight drop. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I was just
it's
gonna
not
say.
enough spin on it to spin back. It's not a kill shot. It's a ball that sits up. It's not. You want to move them forward, and I agree with that 100%. That we want to move them up, Christian and Broderick. So it's a good play for Rams and Bostrom to hit short when they're at the net. But you don't want to move them forward when they got the ball above the net, right? You want to make sure it's below the net. Now you're in the command zone. That's a huge hit from Bostrom. Oh, he lobs it. And that's where Broderick is so disciplined compared to a lot of players. Most players transition drive that ball. That's a good look from Christian. But the slower play that they're using now with the patience, they're starting to get a force there. You know, he's just going for a little too much there. But again, what did he make the error on? On the ball he's running forward on.
Yeah, he's scrambling a little bit more, yep. That's been a big adjustment. I certainly hope Bostrom and Rams know that that's working.
Well, they know the results are getting better, that's for sure. And you can see the body language and the whole thing has worked. Well, the body language hasn't really changed that much from Broderick and Christian, but you can see there's a few mistakes, a couple of force balls here and there. Two, good ball in there into the sun. That's a tough one. Wow, what a dig. What a dig.
Careful with that one, Bostrom.
Let's go.
That is a great leave call from Bostrom. Tells Rams with the call. Let it go.
Big point in the match right here.
Yeah.
Love 30, 1-all.
Oh, he just popped the volley. You don't see that from Broderick too often, but great move. There's a great move. He gets the return down. Zero problem with that. The guy's volleying up, blitz in, put the pressure on. Oh, wow.
That is a big forehand.
You know, Broderick just got, I mean, Bostrom's just got a missile. He's one of the cleanest hitters in the game, without a doubt. 15-40, misses the roller. Good hands from Christian. And that's a great shot. He's off the net. He doesn't crash back in. If Christian moves all the way in, hold it, hit a lob back up. Perfect spot.
Yeah, their lobs have just gotten exceptionally better.
Yeah, but the whole source of play, you know, they're controlling the point now. They're not forcing the play. They're setting up the play now. And they're starting to control some of the action that's going on as opposed to letting Broderick and Christian do it.
And by doing that, they're creating the quick transition, just like you saw there.
Yeah, it's much different match right now. Now it's time for Broderick and Christian to see if they can respond. Where's the answer for Broderick and Christian? Just keep going about the business and hope Bostrom and Rams get off the rails again? I mean, it's only one break. It's not a time to panic or anything of the sort, but
I think they need a definitive plan on who's hitting overheads at the net, because you didn't see what just happened there with Christian that far back in the drive, hurt him that much in the first set, or even up to 3-1 in the second set. but they've got to focus on better positioning at the net because they're getting caught out of position.
Now, there's two parts to that. One, Broderick and, Christian haven't had to face it. And the other guys, Rams and Bostrom, have started just lobbing better with more purpose. So now it comes down to, see, there's a forced ball, right? He's back at the service line trying to hit that thing. Oh, love 40. Quick gifts.
It's a quick way to change the momentum.
Yep,
Have
quick
a
gifts.
Quick game like this.
Now we see on our other court, one of our second seeds, Felipe Asas Koenig, coming out onto the court. Freezing Koenig out there, getting really warmed up for probably their quarterfinal match. I got a quick text from the great Thomas Nolan. Congratulations are order in for him. Just got engaged, and we're giving you a quick shout out. We miss you out here in Chicago. Thomas, we'll hope to see you the next time. That's well played, but
Ball's got to go to the wire.
yeah, no positioning there from Boston Rams either. Easy push down the line for the transition, but this is where they've gotten so much better. They're just moving their lobs a little now, not forcing the offense as much. They've gotten better in every facet of the game, to be honest, Boston Rams, since that they were down 3-1 in the second. So,
And I like this point here, too. You're seeing Christian take the majority of the overheads. That'll allow him to get some rhythm and tempo. I like that spot from Broderick.
I'm here.
Great read.
yeah, good call there. Broderick's very communicative. He's a great partner in that regard.
Help me.
It's right in the crease.
Oh, nice shot by
And
Bostrom.
that's well done, but I kind of thought he hesitated going up the line there, Broderick, but a beautiful pace, and that one just sticks on the side wire, so tough ball there for Broderick. All right, 1 point back, so from Love 40, wow. 3 faults, and quickly break back to all. Momentum killer. See how they respond.
Yeah, in terms of momentum, that's how momentum is given to the other team, is when you have a quick game like that, especially after they won a great game the game before.
Yep. Just got to shake it off, have a short memory. A couple of really good overheads there from Christian.
Yeah, and what you're starting to see is Christian hitting more of the overheads, which is, I think, the adjustment we needed to see on this side. Nice
That's
play.
well played. He read that. Nice job from Christian mixing it up.
Into the side back. Good shot. I like that pace.
Ooh. Good soft one to the middle. That's your safe spot. The Rams backhand soft. He'll do that chip at you, and he'll throw in a blitz behind it here and there, but as long as you don't get caught with the ball at your feet, you're fine.
Yeah, I like that. I like that chip shot to set up the next lob.
Yeah, that's the purpose, really, to bring
Yeah.
the guy back in. Oh, Bostrom overplays a retreating Broderick, and Christian there just had to hit it in, really.
Another quick game here. 2-all, 40 love. Broderick serving. careful with out in Bostrom.
See, now we're going into a few forced balls. It started with one ball, to me, in my mind, way back when Rams, they had a 40 love game and he missed an overhead wide. Now all of a sudden, things have gone just off the rails. We're seeing the things that basically when they played it tight and got it in there and started, they made their huge run. Now 3 faults, easy miss ball there. The errors are creeping in. They got to right it, get it back to where it was.
Yeah, and I think the adjustment they made in the second set is they played fast when they should have in the second set, and they slowed it down when they should have in the second set. Now it's just fast.
Right.
The last 2 games, anyways. A 40 love and a 45 game.
Yep. And things are apt to be fast if you're throwing 3 faults. I mean, that can happen from time to time, but
just look at it from a scoring perspective. They've lost 7 out of the last 8 points.
yeah. Spotted drive there from Broderick. He rarely powers the ball, Broderick. You know, almost never. He spots it. Sometimes he'll pick away at you with 2 or 3 quick drives, but always a placement ball designed for the next ball that he can lob.
Yeah, he's hitting that drive, like you said, spotting it and falling into what we call lob recovery, just looking to lob the next ball. And the errors you've seen from Broderick today, I think there's been, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 4 forehand mistakes on the drive, but none on the backhand.
Oh. But again, see, that's a shot that he's backing up and moving away, and he's trying to flick down into the corner there. He should just push it up the middle.
Push it to
Christian's backhand, right?
I don't understand why that hasn't been the play or the main part of their strategy most of the day.
But I guess this is sort of the moment, and this is sort of what you would say sometimes happens. Bostrom and Rams, they collect it, you know, this great level of play, and then somehow can fall back. So they're just going to have to stay. And to me, it's almost like they got to just be mindful.
There you go. That's the spot.
Don't force the ball with that when you don't have the play.
I also think it's very risky to keep almost hitting that overhead into Broderick's. That's a good shot. That's fine.
Oh, that's
Great
different.
shot.
That's more like a cut kill.
Yeah,
that he
the one
spins
that's
up.
coming off the back screen that they're trying to just simply get over this head.
Yeah, when it comes up high to Broderick's forehand, it's not a good shot. You know, that's really what it amounts to.
Like, I don't know if I like that shot at all.
Yeah.
It allows him to play it off the deck. That one I like a lot. See if they stay with this tactic. I was going to say of playing Broderick, yeah.
But there's 2 missed overheads, and when they made their comeback and made their roll, we couldn't even count the overheads they missed. Now, all of a sudden, they start creeping back, right?
Right.
15-30, here we go. Big moments.
Good pace, good spot.
Oh. Good digs.
So
that's going to get cut hit. Yep.
That's the one. Be careful with that. I think some of those overheads, Martin should slide right and let Rams
I personally think, yes.
If he's going
right,
to hit him to Christian's backhand. There's no need to try to stuff it in there. Notice what else, too, is
Nick. Well played.
What a great shot.
Well played. He's recognized the confusion. He goes right at the corner. Gets it.
30 all.
But notice Rams and Bostrom have kind of gone away from drawing them in with the short ball, too, here. And that's why I said I hope they recognize it's working.
Right, yeah. You're absolutely right. Broderick went for a surprise heavy ball there. The big drive doesn't do it that often, but he will pick it out here and there. Oh, can't get that. Nice dig from Broderick. See, that's just a short ball. Nice. Creates the movement.
Right.
High lob back. That's it. Get right.
And that's their style. That's what worked.
Well done, Deuce.
But that ball's got to go to Christian's backhand all the time.
Score is deuce.
Brad, too, it's very much by design that Broderick is hitting the ball and lobbing the ball to spots to create the ball off the backside for Christian.
Right.
That is by design. When Jared Palmer and Broderick were playing at the top of their game, when they had that huge run, that's the ball that Jared would just sit and wait on.
Right.
And Christian's doing a great job of the same thing. It's a good swing, though.
No, it's an easy ball to the backhand. He's got the look.
First one I think he's missed.
That's going to get cut. Ooh, it's good. Great weight from Christian. Good defense. Knew where it was coming. Didn't rush. Not easy to do that. I think they got to move their cut overhead, the roller overhead at Christian. That's the short ball bringing him in. That's right at the crease. Good.
Yep.
Bostrom's hit it at the first post time and time again. Christian just lets it go around him to the other side. I think you guys got to bring it like another foot inside that. Make it go to the side wire, die a little.
That is not Bostrom's ball.
They should go right. Let Rams take it.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you're moving to your left to hit an overhead, not your
Should
ball.
never happen. Right. That's exactly right. Two righties playing, you never move left to hit an overhead. Smell the barbecue coming out here. They're going to start cooking up some mean sausage, burgers, chicken, you name it. But they're committed to working now. Nice.
Already this game, they've gone back to that short ball that they stopped hitting for the last 3
Oh,
games.
goodness. Great pace from Broderick.
That ball just died, huh?
Yeah, I think he thought he had it, and it just died right in the corner there. It was a great shot.
Martin keeps taking that overhead. Broderick's going to step in and crack one. It might only be one the rest of the match, but it's going to cost him.
See, there's the good soft overhead. Just when you don't have something better to go for, commit to it.
Like that one. Still got to be Rams's overhead.
Right. Great lob. Another good lob. So we got a good tempo here from Christian.
Yeah, this point certainly favors them.
As long as they keep the lobs up to the spots they want. It's a good look.
And when they're lobbing like this as well, Broderick and Christian, Rams and Bostrom haven't done it in a while, but they get on a shot clock a little bit.
They were on it heavily in the first set.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, but now they've come to realize how they have to go about this match, and they've really done a good job. But what you're saying, too, in a way, is it's almost as if it's their nature, though. You know what I mean? Like right now they're fighting their nature.
There's no doubt about it.
You know, that it's not what they want to do. Oh, good luck. Nice get. And they hate this point, but they're willing to do it right now. They hate everything about it. And it's honestly the only way they're going to have a chance to win it. And this is where Broderick's sort of like will, if you will, like comes into play. He's willing to do anything. Oh, there's the cutter, and you've been waiting, and you've been calling it. You've been waiting, and you said it's going to cost him, and it did right there, and it's break point.
Yeah, he's just, and what he's thinking, Brad, is the next time I get that same ball, I'm going to drive it. He's lobbed the last 30, and he's saying to himself, I'm going to drive the next one I see. Still doing it.
Yeah, because it's going right there. And it also is allowing Broderick to sort of hold the shot.
Yeah.
And he can slap it at your feet or block it up as a quick lob, and he's making you. Now he's getting antsy. I'm getting nervous here for Broderick and Bostrom Rams. It looks like they're getting antsy, and you could see.
That's where I want Bostrom going with that overhead.
Yep.
That'll never hurt.
But that's
there it is
a perfect game. Yeah.
There it is again. So we're letting the Broderick forehand beat us because we're not getting to the side wire. And we're letting the Broderick forehand beat us and lob from Christian and Broderick beat us because we're not unwilling to hit the ball soft to Christian's backhand.
That's right.
15, love. Good momentum back. Good momentum back. Don't rest in it. Going slow, right? It's not.
But going back to what you said, the nature, this is how they play.
Yeah.
No,
it's their nature.
They're not seeing that those shots are the ones that are hurting them.
Well, that goes back to Will. I'm not even sure. Like, I think you're maybe right there, not seeing it fully, but it's also just wow. Love 30 now, and you can see like when they made their thing, everything tightened up. They got better, and now the errors start creeping in. Started with an overhead error to 40 love game, and it's really. In a strange way, it's kind of Bostrom and Rams' match to take control of mentally almost, as much as anything else.
I'm just a little uncertain about if they know what strategy, what tactics have actually worked.
Right.
Because if they do those things, they would be certainly successful. I mean, they're a long ways from being out of this match. So it's been a while since we've seen Broderick and Christian at the net here. And let's just see if they stay with the plan they've had, which is Christian hitting the overheads. Because that's what's been working so well. I feel like that's the big adjustment they made in this third set with their net scheme. I like that probing shot there by Rams. Great lob. Good ball movement.
Yeah, probing shots are really necessary at this level. It sort of forces your opponent back in. He's pushing that wide, and that was Christian's spin that made that ball go wide there. Great shot.
Absolutely, and you saw Broderick duck down and let him take that gray area ball.
Smart lob in transition there from Christian.
Switching back quickly. That was half a ball, Brad.
There you go. They waited that long? Broderick does not want to be in that deuce side.
Let's see if Martin slides right and lets Rams get some rhythm and tempo with his overhead. Good volley. I think it boils down to this too, Brad, that Bostrom and Rams are trying to win this match. And let me explain. But they're trying to win this match with a lot of the shots they're hitting instead of taking away what Broderick and Christian do best.
Right. That's the ball. That's a great shot.
I like that ball.
Yep. That's a huge ball for them. Nicely done. That's a huge ball for them.
Yep, that
It starts off things, right? Starts them out of position. It gives them a chance to hit a little behind them, speeds things up a little for the other team, and then they got to recover. It creates a window of opportunity. You may I think he was afraid of him coming in there, and he tried to make an extra better dink volley there at his feet, and no Rams coming in, so things can change in a hurry. The cross-court lob, big, not in position, smart. Don't force it. It's the key. Bostrom and Rams. Two missed lobs. Wow, break point there to get even. Wow, that's a great return. Smart stay back from Christian.
And as talented and good as Bostrom is, I want to see him play big in the big moments.
No, I think you can sum up some of the things. I don't think anyone denies that he's talented enough to win a national championship or hits the ball well enough or has enough finishing shots. You
got to play
but
big
mentally,
at the big times.
big in the big moments, and mentally, that's where the questions would lie, right?
Absolutely.
Otherwise, there's no question. He's a tremendous talent. And you could almost say the same thing about Rams.
For sure.
You could actually, they're very mirrored in that regard.
And I liked his partnership a lot.
I like it if they can kind of like marry that together.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
I do.
And then say, hey, look, you and I have both done this a certain way. Let's figure out a way to make this. Oh, wow. What a stick on that return. And that week was late. He caught it late, flicked it, fired it at Broderick.
2 quick points.
That's good cut. Nice dig.
Got a talk there.
Yeah, that's out.
Wow.
Cannot try to make a perfect shot in these big moments, like you said. It's a break point. You can't lob out. It's almost, that's the tough spot.
Yeah, the deep lob is the worst miss in the game. Because you hit a short lob, you got the screens behind you.
But he's trying to make a perfect shot, right? Instead of just the right shot. The right shot is a lob down the line and foot behind the service line, not a lob on the back of the line.
That's why it was a good conversation to have early in the live stream, that what is a good lob, right? It's not a lob over somebody's head necessarily.
No, in a strange way, hitting it over his head and hitting it on the backcourt, he's just going to transition back. The best lob he could hit would move him back to the service line where he's got to choose to go get it. And now he might hit a down up overhead and he's off the net and you have the next ball, right? That's the best of all worlds, not the perfect ball over his head. He's just going to let it go and get it off the back anyway.
Right.
You really gain less from that.
Absolutely. At the higher level for sure. They're staying with this strategy of Christian hitting those overheads. I like it.
No, it's worked great for him. And then Broderick getting ready to make a quick move when he needs to. And Christian's done a really good job. He's slowing things down at the right time.
I like that lob from Rams.
Oh,
nice.
Good.
Created the movement, and there it is.
Good Twizzler, yeah. See, there's another case where Broderick actually should have just pushed it straight down the middle, but he speeded it up cross court. That's out. Another big point here.
Yeah, and they're fast, too. Tell you what, on both sides.
Yeah, a couple of faults in here, big faults in this game. It's going to get hit. Broderick, great volley.
That is a great hands.
Oh, my goodness. He called it early, and it's no way that's not Bostrom's forehand. Yeah, great discipline. He has not tried to transition drive one of those balls
Smart.
because it's not the way they want to play.
Well, he knows immediately when he hits the ball to Ram's forehand that it doesn't make sense to come in behind it.
No, but he's not even risking the transition drive through
Right,
again. You know,
right.
he knows that what they want to do is now start working this thing with their lobs and build the point from the backcourt in a conservative fashion where they get the exact ball they want. And that transition ball is not the ball they want.
Nope. Good volley.
There's
I
good
like- I
short
like
ball,
that.
yep.
I
Then they
like
can
that.
go behind.
I still say, Brad, they should be doing a lot more of it.
Yeah.
That ball is going to hurt you. Good get. Great volley, though.
The more they bait them to draw forward, the more opportunities they're going to create for themselves.
Right.
So we got on our other court now, our two seeds of really made such a, wow, what a great return off a tough, challenging serve and a good game there for Bostrom and Rams to kind of get it back a little bit. If they can maintain the right type of tempo and shot selection, there's no reason they can't take it to the finish line. And I think if they don't, you know, they'll be shaking hands the other way on it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of their adjustments, Bostrom and Rams, are reactionary instead of proactive because they're not sticking with it. I mean, it's working when they do it properly, but
Yeah, but they'll do it, and then all of a sudden.
That's what I mean.
But it's a little bit like we were talking about. Their nature comes through. It's almost like as if they have to fight that,
Right.
like to maintain the mental discipline to do it. You know, and then their nature sort of sneaks through on the other opportunities. Oh, that's just a great volley. A couple of big forehands from Christian.
good shot. I like that pace. Be careful with that, Bostrom.
Yeah, I think you warned him like 12 times. So, you know, he's either going to listen or he's not, guy. But you keep telling him. I like it. I think it's
There it
important.
is. Yep.
One of these days. Maybe after you can pull him aside. Listen, Martin, I want you to be careful.
Yeah, that day might not be anytime soon.
There's the softball. That's the one they need, the softball right there. That's the shot. If you don't have anything better to do, that's your ball.
Nice ball.
Nice.
Good transition.
They moved him around
Yep.
there quickly. He didn't really stick that volley, and they volley behind him. Nice shot. It's out. Struggling with that serve. He faulted 3 times the last time he was up here. See if he gets a handle on it. You know, when it's in, it's a really good serve. But there's a switch at the net.
You got to trust that serve if you're going to use that much of a Western grip.
Right, to spin it that much and accelerate it.
You have to accelerate.
Nice sneaky little move there. Nick. That's such a good down the line lob. Again, he's picking his little spots for the lob. There's a smart one where he goes softer and deeper. He's not going to listen. Say it, guy.
But it goes back to what we were saying. Are you really eliminate good ball, good spin? I like that shot.
His good spin, I think it hit the seam.
Yeah.
And it slowed up again because even the pros, you know, guys at this level, ball hits a seam, it moves unexpectedly. It's tough. All right, there's a go. Serve in the box, step 1, 30-15.
Pulled him in, transition, good.
Yep, no, that's what they want. I think it's even more than that. It's what they need.
Yep.
You know, they need to pull these guys up and back. If they let them sit back there and pick away with their lobs, when they pull them in, it forces them in, and it gives them a space behind to do something with their overheads.
What are we going to say, Brad?
Guy,
Speechless?
Guy, I'm going to make you a T-shirt. And it's
He's
gotta be
speechless.
Careful,
He's
be speechless.
What do you mean? Keep hitting the ball there.
Well, in some respect, they're
Still going.
nice.
And I like that. To the side back. I like that. And I love the pace.
All right, here it is. Game point. Right here for Bostrom and Rams. Really working hard for this. And, you know, as we're doing this and we're sitting here in the booth and I'm getting tired, they got to play a match after this. Whoever wins this one is going again. So it's a long night.
Yeah, and every one of these guys out here is in great physical shape, but it's just the mental part of it. After playing a long match like this and having to jump back on the court within an hour.
Goodness!
Nice. But I like what Rams was doing there.
No problem.
I love that shot.
This is where you're getting a little tired. There's a lot
Yeah.
going on. Just long again. Wow. 2 faults. The faults being costly. That's 3 fault game again.
Yep.
Huge moments. Wow.
I think, too, if you don't trust that serve in those moments, go away from it.
You know, it's his serve at this point, but I've seen it before from Rams. It's a tricky thing. It does go away, and when it goes away, funny enough with the underhand serve, you've seen it even from Durant and Mitchell here and there. Everybody gets this blip because the margin isn't from over the net. You know, they're hitting it from lower up. So if you spray it a little high, you know, you just start faulting like that, and then you lose your confidence in how you're going to accelerate through it. And that's game's all about faults. 3 faults.
The last 2 he served, right?
Yep. Great lob there.
Well, it's an interesting serve, and I think it is an effective serve, but it's all based on spin. And if you, for some reason, don't trust it and you decelerate, I mean, he hasn't missed one in the net. They're just long.
Yep.
That's a good point by Rams. That's exactly how he wants to play.
Well, that's a good point. And a good job changing paces and a nice job riding this point from Broderick and Christian. It's moving left again.
Yeah, this is one of the best nights of paddle, too, with the crowd we have here at Glenview. And like you mentioned before, the barbecue, but like the short ball there. Probably 300 or 400 people going to be here this evening. One of the best nights of paddle
Yeah,
in
it's
the
going to be
season.
a great night. And a quick shout out to Larry Cornacchia, who is a integral part of a Long Island paddle community. Would be out here with his friends and having some health issues, so he can't be out here. I want you to know, like, dozens of people asked about you and you're missed out here and loved. Oh, what a great get. Oh,
nice.
got him moving, though. They moved him left, right, and then a
Yep.
good cutter hard.
Yep.
Crowder couldn't come up with the goods. You know, I feel like Bostrom and, Rams have got it sort of righted again, because they had that moment where 2-1 and they should have been able to break. And then but this is literally going to be my point. And then they just have these blurps, you know, a three-fault game or a miss there, or, you know, it's just the ability to maintain it, maintain pace, maintain the discipline, the whole thing.
Well, it's just a little bit of a lack of a committed strategy. That's it. I mean,
And the good switch there at the net. That's long. Wow, Broderick just helping him out. It's like sort of the thought process of Broderick to never do that, but even he's not immune. No one's immune, right?
No.
It's the game of paddle. So much momentum shifts. It's one of the few games where, you know, you're up or down 5-1 or 5-0, and all you got to do is make a couple little adjustments, you know, or tighten the screws a little bit.
And I like the switch in the backcourt here by Rams and Bostrom. I think it's a nice change of scenery, and since Christian's hitting the majority of the overheads, Rams is feeling comfortable over there.
Oh,
What a great
stab
shot.
volley.
Wow.
Beautiful. Broderick asked for 3 in a row. There's one. It's going to get tattooed. They'll bail back. Oh, he had the perfect spot picked out.
Yeah.
I think he lost in the sun. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the sun, that's why I was trying to look out the door here. The sun is right there.
Because
So
that
when
was
you-
like not a good swing at all on that ball.
No, when you look to the right on this side, it's
Yeah.
right in your face.
All right, big moments here. All right, that's a huge break there.
Yeah, and that was the first loose game you've seen from Broderick and Christian in that third set.
Yeah, in the third set, yeah, absolutely. It was a strange game. And again, a lot of it starts with every one of these on the serving side of it has included a fault. You know, you throw
Right.
in that one extra easy point
Yep.
that your opponents get, you know, and it sort of derails the whole thing. And so many of these points are at a premium. That's why we say things like we want to see them well in the big moment, right? You know, when these points are getting tighter, it's when you have to be better. Not all points are the same. You know, they're not all even. Now, Bostrom's really got that one down. I like how they have Rams hitting the overheads, but when it comes to the cut finishers, Bostrom's the only guy on the court really hitting them. He's hit about 4 or 5, you know, really good ones.
Well, let's see if that quick last game changes the momentum here, and if Rams and Bostrom could take advantage of it.
Well, what I like about it is, you know, there has been a relatively committed game plan absolutely the whole way through from Broderick and Christian, right?
Right.
You know, whereas Bostrom and Rams just ride the wave a little bit, right? You know, they get there, they make some adjustments, they do it, they're disciplined for a bit, and then all of a sudden, boom, they fall back into it. They just got to maintain it, you know?
And that's going back to, I think, they're, as a team, the biggest thing that's going to help them get better and better and better is just being on the same page with whatever their
That's
strategy
good
is.
look from Christian.
I mean, I like the fact that Rams is hitting most of the overheads here. I like that shot a lot.
Yep.
I like Martin sliding to
To
the
the
right
right there, yep.
Yep.
Oh, he catches up. Wow, what a great get there from Broderick. And then the smart down the line lob. Good play from Christian. He's really seeing the lob really well.
Why don't you think they're not playing Christian's backhand at all, though? Why?
I think on some level they're going to
Swing
get
the ball?
burned by they want Broderick to make a hit here and there, and they're getting burned. I'm not really sure because the safe spot, whenever they have it, is just go there. But I don't think they think he's ever going to miss it. So the key is for them to play safe in the right moments, right? I think they want this. They think they want Broderick hitting that, right? Because that's at least he's hitting it, right?
The question is, why go to Christian's forehand when you have a choice and not go to his backhand? He's not going to miss it, but he's not going to hurt you with it.
That's right. See, I think that's the difference in sometimes their philosophy. They don't care if you hurt it. They just want things to get faster.
Right.
Right? You know what I mean? They want things to get faster.
I think that could be the only explanation. But when you're in trouble, every team has a bailout spot that they go to.
And you have to use it. Oh, boy. Nice.
Created the transition.
The short ball. That's good.
Yep.
And then, he knew it was really high, so he started to bail there. But Bostrom did the right thing. He went to his right and picked one spot where he could only play a backhand volley. Did it again there. Good job. Oh! And they're going to live and die with that. They want him to hit it.
Apparently.
No, they want him to hit it because they're speeding it up. But that time they did a good job moving over. So
40 love here.
Yep. Oh, and
Big
every momentum shift starts with that. It's like the missed overhead. That I've seen so far today, like that kind of thing. In fact, if you thought about it, just in terms of like points, lost one, how many overheads have Broderick and Christian missed?
Right.
Like
but
two,
I think after watching this match for the amount of time that we have, would you agree with me that if you ask Bostrom and Rams exactly what your strategy is, it's just got to be speed.
Yeah, they want these guys to eventually hit the ball, create speed and movement, speed and movement, and the short ball's been the best thing that's worked for them.
Because they are playing the strengths of Christian and Broderick.
Yeah, so that they can hit them. Well, they're not really giving Christian forehands. They're not giving. Once in a while, they'll go hard in there, and they were doing that way too much in the first set. And I think they realized they were just slinging the ball left and right in the first set, with no purpose, and they just got, run out of the stadium basically. And now they've gotten at least a place where they're willing to change it, but they're not willing to. They still want speed. They still want speed. Oh, he committed, but he overcommitted.
He had what he wanted.
Yeah, but I think Bostrom read that. He put a little extra bounce on it. That's huge. 5-5, and they worked their way back from 3-5. Dug themselves a little hole, couple of 3-fault games, and now it's a big moment.
New ball.
This thing's going to come around to the Rams serve again. It's going to be a fascinating game because he's got 2 3-fault games in a row, and that's going to come down to the wire.
Let's see if Rams and Bostrom switch in the backcourt here.
Nice play. Good cut. It's going right at the crease. Good try. Good choice on the lob. Nice. There's the backcourt switch that you were asking for.
Yep.
Oh, wow. See, he goes cross-court with that volley, but they don't shift over. And good middle read. Boston.
And when then that switch in the backcourt creates just different looks. And immediately you saw the success of it.
Nah, that's dangerous, yeah. They are really working that crease, though. Their intention is to just keep going.
Nice
That's
ball.
just beautifully done. Got a seam on the other one, but great playing. So that T-shirt, 1901. Any significance to that? You know?
I do not know.
Huh.
Maybe that's the year of Canoe Brook.
Isn't that a band? Is there a band called 1901? Phoenix? No, Phoenix is the band. I don't know. Never mind. The song is 1901. But is that the year he was born? No. Is he 122? I don't think so.
Another fault by Christian there. Service games have been a... Oof.
Oh.
Got to make him play there. 5-all, 530.
Oh, see, the one time he hits a transition drive, right?
Yeah.
They want slow, and he doesn't give them the time, and that sets him up for the winner. They create more speed for Bostrom and Rams. Only works to the Bostrom and Rams' advantage. Nice. Oh, my word.
Wow.
He was just not even going to drive that back, and he moved himself over just to play a lob back, and he comes up with that break point. Great serve from Christian.
Wow.
Oh, that's such a good play from Rams, and that's a #1 play. He's hitting the ball down. He knows it at his feet. Blitz all day when you have
Well, I
that.
think that strategy when you're serving Rams, just stay back.
Stay back, right?
There's
No,
just-
you're right.
There's no reason to get involved in that matchup.
Oh, it's spinning off his paddle. Great spin, and 2 big moments in a row from Bostrom. He's got to bear down on that one, but good spin from Christian. 3 big moments in a row, yeah. There's smart read, and then the lob's smart as well. Just the way they need to play these points. Oh, beautiful. Still surprised he's not hitting the cut like finisher there. I feel like that's a ball he has, and he's playing it like that cut short ball. Still effective. Big moment there from Bostrom and Rams. Bostrom takes a little off the return. And now they got 3 games in a row. And any time Bostrom and Rams have settled down and settled into what we've been talking about, they rattle off games.
Yeah.
Anytime. You know, every time
Well,
it's happened.
it allows them to do what they do well.
Yeah.
I mean, Rams has made some really good adjustments when he's blitzing and moving forward. I mean, that was a great time to do that. And I love Martin Bostrom taking some pace off that ball.
Chest high, hand high.
Yeah, you can hear a little bit in the background there, Broderick talking to Christian about certain volleys, and the blitz moves started to become effective when they're doing it the right way, getting them off the net or taking it on the return of serve with the blitz. All right, so 3 faults, 2 games in a row for Rams, and 6-5 now for Bostrom Rams. So it's a big moment. See if he confidently put in that first one. So good job. That's the pace.
I love
Change
that.
it softer, draw him in a little. Now, little cut. Oh, that's a good cut. Nice read there from from Broderick.
Well, I will say I like this scheme at the net here.
They want him to hit it.
Yep,
This
they
will create
do.
some transition. Yep. It's wisely they don't even bother coming in. It's clear they want him to hit it.
Yep.
All right, there's just the short ball. I love it. It's working for them. Still get what they want, which is movement.
Yeah, they will switch back very quickly here.
Yes, they will. So this match started what, around 2 o'clock maybe? No, after that, maybe 2:30.
A little bit later, yeah.
2:30, 2:45. We're at least a 2.5 hour mark. What's our producer got for time?
Help.
2:41.
2:41.
Oh,
That's the overhead I like.
Well, he's been cutting it in now. He's found the right kind of rhythm on it. And there's Beauty making him run some more. And creating from the short ball, that's too hard. That was a mistake, but still really good. Nice digs. The constant pressure now. Beautifully done. I mean, they made him play 2 extra balls there. Rams maybe overhit one of them, but started with what?
The short ball.
The short ball.
Yep. Short ball again.
Yep.
Had the look you wanted.
No, but the short ball has been really where
I
a ton of points have been generated.
And again, going back to a conversation we just had.
There's the fault. Yeah, this is the big moments here, right here. I mean, he's 30-15.
And they're just, if their strategy is just purely to make Christian and Broderick play fast, I mean, they're committed to it, I'll tell you that.
Nah, but they've done this better. Meaning they're trying to make them go fast, but on more of their own terms when they can initiate a short ball. Before, they were forcing fast, like forcing it as to the point where they were missing 8, 9, 10 overheads, right? Or speeding up where they're off the net and speeding it up. Here, they're speeding them up, but they still are maintaining some control of position in court. That's what they need, and they just need to know when the moments are and don't get off the rails. That's the big hit. Nice. Too much. Now it's 30-all. They want to live and die with that, and they're gonna. That time Bostrom was there. Just too much heat there from Broderick. Good rip.
We'll see if that's the big one.
Yeah.
Another fault.
Yeah. I mean, this has been the story of this whole set, really. If Rams doesn't fault 8 times, we may not even get here, right? You know, but we'll still see. It ain't over, so still working. All the other round of 16s are in. Just waiting on this one.
There it is.
There it is, but they'll transition back. Little dunk there from Broderick.
And finally, the sun is a non-factor as it starts to go
Oh,
down
he
a
tries
little
to drive off the screen there in a big moment. And there it is. Unbelievable. We talk about it like building these points, and it really just comes down to a bunch of faults in a couple of moments. So great match. Coming down to a tiebreaker time.
bit. Good leave.
Smart. Bails with a lob volley. If you don't have the advantage, lob volley and retreat is the right play. So
And I like Christian going to Martin there, Martin Bostrom, instead of letting Rams get what he wants with the fast hands.
Good hands there. Should have let that go backside. It would have come comfortably off the side with that spin, but he handcuffed him a little. Now, I got to think for Boston Rams, this is another one of these weird danger zones because they really had this match. Sort of, they're up 30-love, right? And we get the first fault. And they live and die with that big shot. We get the big drive and then another fault, right?
Yeah. The Broderick forehands cost them 2 points in that game alone.
Yeah, they've won some with it as well, but I think this is what they want.
Well, if their goal is to speed it up, I mean, that's certainly what's happening.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the less you hit the ball of the screen, the more the point's going to be moving along. I like that volley from Bostrom. I like that.
Nice safe zone. Move Christian to the middle. Yeah, the key is how you're moving around the other team. you know, like chess pieces. I mean, basically the net team's trying to move the backcourt team and apply some, that's danger. Good. The backcourt team's trying to push them up and back until they create a window to put it at their feet. It's the last time you've seen Christian even unload on a forehand.
No, he's waiting for that ball to come off the backside before he, and if he's going to hit it, he's got to hit it.
Yeah, again, the only person unloading recently has been Broderick. He's the one who's been shot clocking it a little bit.
Right.
Oh, what a dig.
You got time, you got time.
Well played by Christian there, and he flows into some attacking overheads. Let it go to the side. Good bail.
Yeah, you see Bostrom's hands go high there. That's one of his best shots, is that backhand screen drive. Very fluid.
That's a good soft overhead there. He didn't force it down. If you have the right shot, go for the attack. Good. They're doing a great job hitting that crease too. So he goes crease, then side back, waterfall.
Tell you what, that's a good long point for Broderick and Christian.
Yep. All right, 2-1. I was about to say Broderick and Christian. Christian, I don't think has faulted the whole match. I was literally about to come off my tongue. 2-all now.
He did a couple times the last game, too. He served, I'll tell you what.
Good soft hands there from Broderick. And that is the perfect lob cross court after. And it's 3 feet inside the baseline, not on the baseline. The right shot. That's coming out. All right, good positioning there. Actually surprised they haven't thought about putting the lights on yet. It's getting a little dark out there.
I was about to mention that.
But maybe it's just like one of these moments where putting it on in this moment, like at this time and juncture in the match, they're like, forget it.
I wouldn't want it on, would you?
I don't know. Would it bother you? Then yeah, I would want it on. But I don't get bothered by those things, but I could understand keeping it the way it is. Right?
Yeah, I think they know the match is near its end, and I mean the lights are on the other court. Obviously, there's
that they started with them there,
Yeah,
and here we go. And we got the. Oh, they managed to get through that confusion right at here. And we got the Rams serving here. He's got to put it in the box both times. 3-2, big moment. There's the short ball. That's a good play
Nice
from
play.
Bostrom. And
Sure
I think
was.
Broderick was hoping for a little Christian help back there. He definitely dogged a little. Here it is, big moment. 4-2, 3 in a row. Serve's got to go in the box, and time to revamp that a little.
Yeah, that's.
Rethink that a little, or I don't know, just chalk it up to a tough day of serving.
Yeah, you hope faulting doesn't cost anybody a match, because you think about it for a long time.
Well, 9 faults,
Yeah.
you know, in this third set. So wasn't been bad all day, you know, but 9 faults in the third set, and that's a big moment.
Great
Now
spin.
it's
Wow.
now it's 4-all. Great shot.
That tie break is 4-all.
Biggest point of the match.
Yeah, great call, stick. He missed it wide.
Wide.
He missed it wide.
It was wide, yeah.
It was wide. Good call. Last second call, but a right call.
It was out.
It was definitely out. They look back at you for a little confirmation.
I just saw him looking back. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw it clear.
It was out to me. That was a big ball. Nice touch volley there. Christian got a little ambitious.
All right.
5-4. Jesus. 5-all.
Just serve it underhand.
It's contagious.
Wow. Oh, no. Oh, I thought that was...
You thought it was out?
No, I thought it was not going to come out.
Oh, you thought it
gonna
was
hit
going in the crease?
Yeah, I did.
There's a good softball there. Well, again, our money's worth 5-all in the third. And honestly, you know, a couple of blips notwithstanding, Bostrom Rams did a good job from that first set to now to make some strategy adjustments. They're still fighting their nature the whole way. Oh, wow. That's a heck of a get.
Right
that's
on
a
the
heck
line.
of a get. Oh!
Wow.
Another amazing get. No. Wow. And a let quarter there to bring us to match point now for Bostrom and Rams. Christian serve, and Rams has been eating this serve for lunch. I don't see him coming in here. Yeah, staying back. Goes transition drive, surprising. It doesn't help them. See,
Nice
that's the
ball.
mistake. He hits the transition drive there. They've been
Right.
lobbing the whole match, and what a way to end it.
Wow.
I mean, this is a great match, Guy. It's strange to end it in a way where we've been talking the whole day on one team trying to keep their balance, and then Christian does the one thing they don't generally do. He
Right.
hits a transition drive versus the transition lob.
And we said it from the beginning, too. The balls that hurt Broderick and Christian are the balls, that middle, we call it a middle ball, not a lot of pace, not a lot of height. And then it allows Bostrom and Rams to do what they do best. But I tell you what, that third set, it was really, I mean, I don't know if I've ever said this, but it was about who didn't fault.
Well, yeah, it was a lot of
there
faults
was a
in
lot
that
of
third
faults
set,
there.
and there's no question about it. And it was strange because it was as if the players were getting up, and it didn't feel like they were feeling the pressure, but it was just a whole series of bad timing, and it was like they were shooting themselves in the foot when they had a foot at the start to get a foothold.
Fantastic match, though. Fantastic
Match, and more great matches to come as we'll be back in a moment with men's quarterfinal action. We'll probably be right back on air, so don't go too far. Maybe pop some popcorn or some takeout. Who do you want? DoorDash? What do we got? Who's coming up? Who we plugging next? What do we got? We need a new sponsor?
Uber Eats.
What do we got? Uber Eats? All right. We'll see you guys in a moment here. And back for men's quarterfinal action right here on the